Now, have I done everything else I think I need to do? Okay, so Jesse, let us know if you've got.
He just dropped. 2 seconds. Oh.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I do it all up at cooking.
Okay, cool. Nick, that's one of your Christmas presents.
Thank you.
So take that, and Jesse, yours is here for when you reappear. And just leave that there. For those of you who gave me your item card list, can you grab the cards off the table? They should now, and I apologise, they're 4x6, not 3.5x5. That's all I could do, and it took me all afternoon.
And I hate my printer. And I hate my printer.
And I hate my printer. Bizarre. Yeah, we've got a black and white one for Rachel's work upstairs, and like, boom, boom. So, you got yours, because I know you gave me a list. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. The other thing I've put out is because obviously we've just finished the battle. We've got a couple of things that you guys might need or want to do. But I also just put out all the other pamphlets, all the other material, all the other player artifacts that you guys have, just in that box, just to remind you of those.
Hint, hint.
No hint necessarily, you know. But that's all there for you, along with the Sun Sword. But I also have a Sun Sword card as well, which I found. So,
Yeah.
last time we played, thank you very much for Brian for his notes. I've redone the YouTube video. I have to check that it actually uploaded correctly, so the other one failed. I'm not sure if you've gone to watch it, but I've now replaced it in Legend Keeper. Yeah, and so the previous notes are posted and links and all the rest of it all in.
I was talking to Stumpy about how we dealt with the Swamp Witch, and he loved the fact that we were calling her Baby Lasagna.
And on that note, Baby Lasagna, as you know, lies dead. Her skull tied to the side of her hut, or moored, probably more appropriate, to the side of her hut. I think one of the Revenants died, didn't it? Revenants?
Yes.
Yeah, because I've got one back here. So there's still one Revenant there. And the little fire dragon, the little, whatever it is, what's Lily's character thing? That's fluttered off.
Flame. Oh,
Flame.
It's gone, is it?
Yeah, flame fluttered off.
This was the Ravens? I think it was. Yeah. Well, we'll just use that as a cross-run standing. So can I just ask a general sort of question? You mentioned that the skull is moored to the hut.
Mm-hmm.
Is the skull actually levitating, or is it resting on the patio?
As you sort of turn around and look up, it appears to be levitating.
Okay.
It appears to be, moored. There's a rope that has slack, so there's no torsion in the rope, and it's just sitting there. And you can see there's like a gangway there. Now, some of you are actually inside the hut.
I think most of us were.
I think most of you, yeah. And that's where we cut it.
Who'd picked up the gem?
I kicked it out of the way.
But yeah, no one has picked the gem up as yet. So the gem is lying outside of its gaping clawed mouth on the floor. You also notice that there are a number of various items. Obviously, this was a home to Baby Lasagna, and there are a number of items around. And probably something that certainly stands out is this quite. Let me just what I need to refer
Wasn't it like a bath full of blood?
This sort of about the size of that, that looks like that.
You got a list of these, didn't you?
I think we all got a list of it, to be honest.
Of what, sorry?
Of the
the
items. I didn't have a note. I think he just gave them to
No,
me.
I only just sort of articulated that there was this sort of book that appears to be made of perhaps flayed skin and etched with sort of infernal runes.
Would you describe it as a grimoire? Or a tome?
A tome. I did describe it as a tome. You have the gem lying on the floor. And after a short sort of moment of looking around, you also notice this.
Oh, the luggage.
In true Pratchett style, has followed Baby Lasagna to the four corners of the world.
Do we have another pen? Actually, I might have one. This one is sadly exhausted its life. That's right, I've got a blue one.
I do have more of those in a whole pack, so I'll go replace it when I next get up.
Well, having read many things about the luggage, I'm not going anywhere near that.
Is that Brian talking or Clank?
Little from column A, little from column B.
I heard Clank.
So the three things that you see at the moment, other than a bunch of artifacts, what would you guys like to do? Do you want to sort of search around the room?
My innate curiosity is immediately drawn to the chest.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
We'll
Esmeralda
come back and pause on that.
was going to. I was just looking at the spells logs. You don't have the spells on her character sheet that you've given there, but I know that she has in the past cast Identify as a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do that on the tome to kind of like get a better
So she begins to
understanding.
cast on the tome.
That'll be like 10 minutes.
She's not trying to open it or anything.
No.
Has anyone opened it or touched it?
Nope.
I would like to try and pick
Is,
up the
is this the gem, the
No.
chest you're referring to, or the book?
The book. Esmeralda's casting Identify as a ritual, so it's going to take 10 minutes.
Take 10 minutes, yeah. Anyone else doing anything else in the hut, looking around or anything like that?
Anyone picked up the gem yet?
No,
Okay,
still on the floor.
I'll pick that up.
I'm going to go and start looking at the skull and see if I can find the owner's
Logan?
manual.
So when you look at the skull, you can see that it's floating. It's tethered to the side of the hut. The inside of it is clearly been, not hollowed out. It's hollow. It's an upturned dragon skull. The sort of bottom jaw, however, is missing. So the upper jaw is there with teeth and fang and so forth. And the eye sockets are there, but they are sort of covered in, sort of reeds and twigs to create like, so that there's no holes in the bottom of the skull.
Give it a push, see if it moves.
I'm looking for the owner's manual. How to operate
In the
your
glove box.
How to operate your flying skull.
And if you touch it and it moves, then you can just put some rope around it and we can tow it along like a fancy little boat.
I'm happy just looking for now.
So you've gone down and got the gem. What's Jesse? What's Kozron and Cub doing?
Kozron is walking outside and going to stand next to Baba Lasagna's corpse.
Cab's going to go up to the Revenant and just kind of ask him, do you have a plan with what we should do with the skull now?
You must return it to Argynvostholt. It was Sir Godfrey's wish. We were sent here to assist you.
Indeed.
It seems we arrived in a timely manner.
And is there any concerns as to how we should move this? You see obviously the size of this.
I will assist you in carrying it, if we must.
Carry. You want to carry this thing all the way back to Hogan's.
Well, it is
It's Godfrey's wish.
floating at the moment, so we might just be able to tow it.
That's my thought. Does it move? And Cab's going to go up and try and like.
Really hoping someone else will
So
do this.
you're going to go back upstairs now and go touch it.
Yeah, he's gonna, whilst we're kind of like, we're being told that it's like floating, see if we can like, just tap it to see if it kind of
So
like...
before you get close to touch it, Brian, you're just sitting there for a couple of minutes staring at it. And you...
I was aiming to, because you said you don't like us to name the skill checks we want to do, but I was angling towards an Arcana check to see if I could figure out if there's a way to make it move on its own.
Alright, so you give me an Arcana check. And
Which is going to go very badly.
What are you doing with this chest?
I am doing a full-on investigation of this thing. Traps. Given the picture that I've seen, I don't trust this chest. Okay? And I really, really, really want to open it, but I also want to make sure I'm not going to be vaporized in the process. So I'm using every roguish skill that I have to see if this thing's going to be safe to open.
No, it looks pretty safe. Nothing eerie.
It's got an angry head on it.
So give me an investigation.
I got a 3, so
Nice.
Clank is in fact not of the opinion it's magical at all.
27 for investigation.
It just floats
27.
naturally.
Pretty sure it's a Ravens.
Yeah.
With that discovery, are you calling that out to the group or are you keeping it to yourself?
Well, given that the group is sort of scattered around everywhere, like any information that I learn about the chest would be mine unless I choose to share it.
So you... Sorry?
I'll keep it quiet.
You'll keep it quiet?
Yeah.
Then come meet me next door.
Okay.
Plank's just there having the sudden realization that dragons don't fly with their wings. They just float.
moving you.
Oh yeah, sure.
So you're
It's
telling
their
me
bones.
Do you know what? I watched this is a really, really long time ago. I was still like a teenager or something, but there was a sort of semi-serious documentary on why so many cultures around the world feature dragons in their mythology and how they might have been a real thing once and how they might have worked. And a lot of the theory around how they both breathe fire and flew for something so big was based on they might have had generated hydrogen. So they did float and the wings were just for steering, and the hydrogen, like when they vented it to lose altitude, was what caused the flaming breath.
So that's essentially a big body of balloon.
Yeah, essentially. Or blimp, you know.
Blimp,
Yeah.
You see all these things and you're like, I wonder if there's any like actual merit to it. Like there's like this meme that's been floating around where it's like middle-aged bullshit of like, like dinosaurs, and it's like this weird kind of feathery kind of like whatever. And then it's like the progression of like our understanding. It's like here's the fossils, here's the like the little kind of like leathery looking like thing from Jurassic Park. Here's our current interpretation. It looks a lot like the middle-aged bullshit where it's like, oh no, they actually have feathers.
Well, they somebody highlighted that to me with a that kind of really brought it home to me was that if you try to reconstruct a hippopotamus
I was literally about to say that.
based on its bones,
It's
it looks
scary,
fucking horrifying.
Oh, yeah.
and nothing like what an actual hippo looks like.
Same with like rhinos and everything else.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, what is
Or
this?
like the the elephants. That's how they think that the cyclops came about.
Yeah, because the big hole in
So
it.
do you intend to do anything?
How far are the party members away from me at the moment?
Well, I'm in the skull, which is kind of upstairs out on the balcony.
I'm in the room. I've just picked up the tube.
You're in the room? Okay, how far is Jesse and Esmeralda away from me?
Esmeralda's in the room over at the tome.
Okay.
Yeah, she's doing a ritual spell.
Against corpse.
Right, so you're way outside, are you?
Yeah, he's out in the mud over where she fell,
Okay.
which is sort of where Cosron's token is there.
Alright. Okay, so Cosron's outside and Esmeralda's inside, busy ritualing.
Brian's just standing there.
Connie's standing there with a vacant look on his face.
I'm going to not touch the chest and walk outside onto the balcony so that I can see Cosron. And I'm going to go, hey Cosron, I need you to come look at this. Put down whatever you're doing and come over here right now. This is important.
And put some clothes on.
Okay. Right as he says that, I'm going to cast Animate Dead and raise Bubble Saga as a zombie.
can't letting out an exasperated sigh.
Back on his bullshit again.
So yeah, I've raised Barbara Saga as a zombie, so apparently that's for 24 hours. I have the ability to tell her to do basic verbal tasks.
Okay, just let me,
And I also-
just give me a sec, I just need to look up Animate Dead.
Oh, that just gave me a great idea.
I think we've got the same idea there.
Hey, Cosron, get Barbara Lasagna to open the chest.
Yes, we think alike.
Do we need like a carrot? Do we need to keep it like a distance from this chest when she
Well,
opens
you're in the room, aren't you?
it? Yeah.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, because otherwise I'm about to go and kick it or something.
So, Gron, on the chest, that I've just noticed, is something that looks like a glyph of warding. The only thing I know about glyph of wardings from a rose perspective is if you touch them, they explode. So I don't want to touch it. Chest isn't locked, but if I open it, it'll probably go boom. And I'd rather it be in someone else's face than mine. What do you think?
Yeah. Yep. See if it pops up.
Yes, I would not touch that.
Oh,
Would
actually,
not be wise.
actually, I got Esmeralda. Come up.
She's she's ritualing. She's
Yeah.
like basically
ritualing.
eyes
She's like-
rolling in the back of her head.
She's like doing this, and then she's just like.
So, Cosron conducts his spell, and Baba Lasagna's
Baby lasagna.
baby lasagna begins to shuffle and stands, breathing in a raspy voice. Where she's been damaged, still damaged, and a vacant look in her eyes.
I mean, I could always just cast Dispel Magic on the glyph.
I don't know what about magic.
I reckon we get close to it. Or Esmeralda.
The glyph warding, if it explodes, might destroy what's ever in the chest as well.
It's a risk we have to take.
No, it isn't.
Esmeralda? Yeah.
Okay. So Jesse, you giving any command to baby lasagna?
Yep, I'm saying follow me, and getting her to come into the follow me.
She shuffles along at a low speed, so it'll take you some time to come up and chips.
So as Cosron gets closer, Aaron basically says to him, Cosron, I've seen something that looks like a glyph of warning. From what I can tell, I don't know what it does, but my experience tells me it's going to go boom if I touch it. So I don't want to touch it.
If I overhear that,
Well, I'm basically on the balcony calling down to Cosron.
Yeah, you don't need to
know,
test. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you hear that. Yeah.
so I might be able to do that.
Do you want to try?
Non-destructively.
Do you want to try? I'm happy for you to have a go.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Okay.
I'm going to leave the hut while you do this because I don't know.
What level are you casting Dispel Magic at?
I think I can cast it at 4th level. And given, I suspect maybe Lasagna was quite a potent spell cast. It's the highest I can do, so I'll try that.
4th level?
Yeah. Does that casting help? Oh yeah, you're using the highlight, you automatically end a spell on the target if the spell's level is equal or less than the level of the spell slot you use.
It's a DC check. Well, 10 plus the spell level.
So it says choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. So I will choose specifically the glyph.
Okay. As you cast, you obviously observe its arcane energy dissipate. Your spell has been successful.
Booyah!
So the chest is before you, the two of you.
Just picturing in a robotic voice. Booyah.
Alright,
Threat averted.
during my investigation, did I notice any other non-magical, mundane traps or locks on the chest?
Like I said to you, there's no lock. It's just a latch, basically. A couple of latches.
Well, when I see that glyph dissipate, I'm going to open the chest.
Okay.
Like, I don't even barely finish the spell and you're like, get out of the way! Shove!
All right. So Clank is.
As much as the person this tall can shove you.
You step forward,
Yep.
and I want you to show me exactly how you open the chest.
So it's going to
No.
There's a chest over there.
Oh, that one there?
I want to show you. I want you to show me exactly how you open this chest.
Okay, first he spins around 3
Speak-
times.
Hang on. Let's get a picture first.
Speaking of traps,
What?
cousin-
Before he does this, I'm moving away from the chest, possibly outside of the room.
And as you open it, you hear.
Okay,
You
so
see
show me.
strings snap.
So, over the top, standing beside it, opening up for everyone to see.
And you're not looking yourself.
No, not yet.
There we go.
You fail to see the tongue and large teeth.
No, they can-
Your hand is
Right.
right off the lid.
Gron comes bursting through the room.
Right. So Cosron's still coming up the stairs, which is quite convenient. The chest is open.
I won't look.
We'll go have a look.
There's some stuff in here, guys.
Oh, was this actual
Yeah.
live props? I thought it was just there
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
Holy shit.
Fuck me, there's a lot of stuff in there. All conveniently pre-identified as well.
What have we got?
Oil of sharpness, white,
Pipes of haunting.
stone of good luck, all of that stuff. I've had that in previous adventures.
That still looks exciting.
Gron grabs the gold pipe.
I don't want to pick that up, Duncan, in case I break it.
So no, none of the physical props, only the cards.
Only the cards, right? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, you do. I mean, not that that's a big deal, I don't think I've got anything else.
Oh wow.
Does anybody use a sleeve?
You go, Monk, you like candles?
So Jesse, we've just opened up the chest in the hut, and there's a bunch of stuff inside.
There's nothing in here of any interest to you at all.
Yeah.
A few things.
That's probably good for him, I thought.
Sling might be good for you as well.
Hey, a sling. Was there a sling in there?
Sling bullets.
Hang on, that's a good. Stay there, stay. Lean in. That's a good one. Save me an idea, Jesse. You would be stealing everything.
I feel like Grond would love to wear this as well.
Jesse, Cosron would.
Yeah, Cosron.
Or golden war mask.
Golden war mask.
I feel like Cosron could pull off the golden V for Vendetta war mask.
So you're going for the stone of good luck?
I'm going to play with
Yeah,
Reed as
of
well.
course, I'm standing there. He's definitely going for that.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that Cosron's there, and
I'll give him that.
once you guys finish, I'm going to take Nick out of the room because he's playing Esmeralda.
What's that one?
That's something that I don't think Cub's really gonna take any. Like he's like holding this, but he's like I'm gonna put it down.
Gron's just giving it to you just because he wanted to give you something.
Like, just because Cosron normally gets in there and takes all of the gold.
Doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't think Clank's picked any gold up in about 20 sessions.
I'll give that to Cosron.
Grond has given Cub these this like candelabra because like Cub would have like come to see what's in there and then probably really wouldn't have taken anything, so he's just kind of I looked around and just put it down on a table somewhere. He's not really interested in material possessions.
Ron just walks over with 2 pipes in his mouth. He's got the gold pipe and the coral pipe, and he's just chain smoking.
They come with tobacco as well then.
Yeah, pre-packed.
Pre-packed.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Bubbles
gave,
only just on the go.
yeah. Gave Cosron the golden war mask and a gold statue of an elf because I thought that he could use a girlfriend.
I'm sure that Cosron would pick that up as
Oh,
well.
but I just created one.
Ew. There's desperate and there's whatever that is.
And this Cosron.
Yeah. Cool, I'm alright. I've got no used achievement slots so far, so that's good for me.
I think you want 2.
You've used 2 already, blimey.
So it's so attuned, you know. Fine tune.
What did you have to achieve then?
Finger longsword and blood spear.
Really? You had to attune to the longsword? Wow. I didn't know that there weren't any weapons that needed achievement.
Stone and good luck is so good.
Pardon?
Stone and good luck is so good. As long as it's not cursed.
Right, so I've revealed
most
Bubba
wasted
Lasaga's
made it.
chest on Legend Keeper for you.
Yep.
You can have a quick look through this, then I'm going to take you, and this is other items that are in the hut themselves, not
Okay.
hidden or trapped or anything else.
Is anyone planning on taking a short rest while
I'm
we're
going to
here?
give you 4 more
Oh,
seconds.
come to.
3, 2, 1, 0. Pass.
I think Cub would probably go for like these things.
Okay. No. Well, yeah. Okay. Come. Right, Esmeralda. Meet me outside.
Right, so have we given Jesse these things?
I've just told him about it, but I'll take a photo of it. I'll send it to the chat.
Yeah.
Make sure that you display the value of everything.
These those if you want to look through them. Just setting the stuff in, Jesse, for what you got out of that chest.
Legend, cheers for that.
I think both of those will be good for you. What the fuck is this for?
Bag of sand. White sand.
I mean, like if you were. Is that King of the Hill?
Yeah.
I think if you track actual physical spell components, you use that for the sleep spell. It's the only possible use I can think of.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
you
will
can
take
give
these.
just post to Cosy as well if you want. Mr. Moneybags.
Which amazes me because the guy wears no clothes and therefore has no pockets.
I think that's no longer canon.
Oh, he's got one pocket.
No, you forced me to wear clothes, otherwise I'm going to exhaustion.
Well, force is a strong word, Jesse. I mean,
It was it was a decision that you made.
it was more of a suggestion with consequences.
I think because Cogron is at a peak when he should be able to self-feed himself.
You got these as well. Just sitting them.
whole party seeing the corpse of Barbara Saga walking up the stairs yet?
Ron hasn't.
I'm tempted to attack her again.
Spider kicked her down the stairs.
She's come back to life! Quick, attack her!
Bro, Spider!
I mean, she can't really do a lot, but she can carry our shit for us at least.
She's not carrying anything in mine. Imagine the smell.
Yeah.
No, I can make her not smell the prestidigitation or whatever it is.
They've got an inspiration. Well done.
For bringing that.
Nice.
Champion.
Duncan just beat me last week to making Nick use his disinspiration.
Well, we're only making this.
Well, I was going to try. Because when we talked about it, I said we do it when he's doing like some skill trick that doesn't really fucking matter.
Yeah.
And I was trying to
Make a point.
I was trying to think of when, but he kept not doing anything that was inconsequential. Come on, please just do it so that we can get rid of it.
Nick will be leaving the game. I just came back and said, Nick will be leaving the game.
Was it a sneak attack?
So,
There's two of them. One of them had
there is the
advantage.
dark tone.
I think Esmeralda kind of, it's like, I don't know if anyone's watching her, but she kind of looks like she's, like, for a second she looks like she's going to, and then she thinks better of it and doesn't touch it, everything. She's looking closely at it, and then she's kind of steps up at it, and I think,
What's the matter, Esmeralda?
Sorry, Esmeralda. I can't read either.
she's
So that's
Oh god!
just for reference, that's what it's talking about. That, yeah.
I think she's going to take the Sun Sword and ignite it, and unless anyone's going to stop her, she's going to try and stab the book with it.
What are you doing?
This is evil.
It's a book. How? No.
So the rest
no.
of you notice that the book is now open, and there is text, and there's also scribbles. So it's like I said, it's about this size. So it's open and to sort of almost a center page, and there's diagrams and text.
Oh, is it a picture book?
Yeah, so there's several. So there's a towering figure cloaked in shadow, holding a book in one hand and a staff in the other, looming over a landscape shrouded in the mist. And then around that, there seems to be like a map. And then there's a eyeball encased in jagged crystal. There's a human figure, clearly undertaking a transformation into something undead. There's like a ritual circle and symbols drawn in a blood-like ink, featuring a skeletal hand with a glowing orb at its center. And then you note surrounding these glyphs, or not glyphs of warning, but these diagrams, pictures, and language that you don't understand. You begin to know that there are sort of desperate scrawls written in common.
No, I'm with Esmeralda for once.
If I get a chance, I'm going to, if I see her about to stab us with the sun sword, I'm diving out through the door or the window, whatever's closest.
So Nick did say that Esmeralda was going to stab it. So
Yep.
Aaron's the only person who's indicated to stop her.
But he just said stop. He hasn't actually tried to stop.
No, I'm over where the chest is, not doing anything suspicious at all.
Jesse, have you heard all of that and/or have any thoughts or opinions?
Well, he's not up the stairs yet. He's trailing behind a slow
I'm
zombie.
I'm just at the door at the moment, and I just take a step outside the door.
Okay, well, yep, she's going and attacking it then.
Ron smiles because all books are evil.
Okay, so we'll come back to that. Anything you wanted to do?
I just told her not to stab the book, and then she stabbed the book.
Right. Okay.
I'm diving out through the door.
The guy and you.
I was just standing next to Esmeralda.
Excellent. Okay.
It comes back out with the skull.
All right. Can you, both of you, take a Constitution saving throw?
Oof. Oh.
4.
Oh, I get 11. Shit.
So what'd you get, Nick?
Esmeralda got 4.
Sorry, Esmeralda got 4.
Yep.
So
Is
she
there any
takes.
needing to do one as well? He's in the room too.
No.
Okay.
You were standing next to Esmeralda, weren't you?
Right.
Yeah. So it's Esmeralda and Rond who,
Okay.
as she reaches down to stab Book, the sword itself seems to pierce into something and nothing above it, and then bounce back. And at the same point that it bounces back, you both take 20 necrotic damage. As the flash of dark energy emanates from the book towards these two. There's no effect for the rest of them.
Maybe that like takes like 2 seconds to kind of like, you're like, did it work? And then you hit it again and you're like, that's saving throws. Yeah, Esmeralda looks pretty worse for wear. Does that kind of like blow us back a little bit, or is that just kind of like a... Is that kind
No, it just, and you just like wither a little
Yeah.
on the inside, you know.
Ron
But
turns-
the sword, the sun sword is undamaged,
Yeah.
and the sun sword did not penetrate the book.
Gron
Like,
slips
type
up.
thing.
So basically, it looks like it went into something, but whatever it was, you couldn't see.
Kind of like
so
those magic swords that kind of like retract and...
yeah, basically, it looked like it retracted into something, just hovering, not in the sphere, but just over the open book. Yeah.
Gron wants to rip that sword out of Esmeralda's hands.
You can do a grapple.
Sure.
Okay, both of you are at disadvantage because you've just been kerfuffled.
That'll be against...
Discombobulated.
Yeah.
Discombobulated. I love that word.
Well, you'll be a strength, so like acrobatics, usually not
Athletics.
athletics is the one. And it'll be
You got all the cards out of the chest?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, cool.
acrobatics to get it out of the way.
I was really hoping you wouldn't notice the glyph and then I'd get you to do it and then kick you out of the room.
You'll be on the skills.
Does it just say athletics?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, that's the dex. Oh, cool. 8. Oh, and at disadvantage, so that'll be okay, 8.
Both the disadvantage.
Yeah.
8 total for me.
So it's more than 8.
Yeah, cool. Excellent.
So there's a really sort of, crispy kind of slow motion struggle between these two of just being like, it was like two old men in a nursing home.
More like the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
Much better description. And you wrest the sun sword out of her hands.
Cool.
She
Bad Esmeralda. Bad Esmeralda.
is immediately like she's looking at you and like her hands start to crackle with lightning and she's like, give that back.
You have fucking done your last thing with this sword. You want it? Come get it. I love it. We're both at like no HP as well.
She's gonna look around at a few other people, just to see if she can glimpse like an immediate any kind of reaction from anyone else.
I think I jumped out the door, so I'm like looking at you from the floor outside. But like you get a thumbs up from me. Like, yeah, take that sword off her.
Yeah.
My initial reaction after seeing her try and stab the book is, Esmeralda, what the fuck? Like, it's a book. Don't stab the book.
It's what Nazis do.
That's right.
You know, it had pictures in it. It's a children's book. You know?
Could be a Tesla manual.
They're important.
I might add, I don't think Musk did a Nazi salute. I think he's a bit autistic. And did a my heart goes out to you.
I like that somebody put on my socials feed, like, you know, anybody who thinks he doesn't do that, you film them repeating his gesture and agree to let them put it online.
Well, I found it like because I have a slightly twisted. Hence why tomorrow I'll be telling Brett about when we're going to go breast selecting. I found this great film clip and it's like
Tell
must
him
do
they've
like that.
got him as a 2-for-1.
2 for 1. Yeah, that's right. And it's got mustard that, and then it just like cracks into all this great German, like to a great soundtrack. You know, all these like it's got a great beat. So
Did anyone see
calls
Hitler
my
was
German
about
heritage.
this tall?
Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, so what are you two doing? Still wrestling on the ground now?
Now that I've taken it off her,
She's just
I
kind
ignite
of.
it.
You ignite it, like you're threatening her.
Can you just check on the card for the Sun Sword? Does it need
Um,
attunement? I think it does.
Finance property.
Did I just make the noise?
Requires attunement, yes.
Yeah, so you're not attuned to it.
You can't even use it. I can whack you with and I will, as I whack her on the side.
You're trying to attack her.
Just like a smack.
Just like a smack.
No, bad.
Like a ping pong player.
Spanking.
Spanks her on the ass. Oh.
She goes.
Now that gets awkward when Nick has to roleplay the romance section between Grond and Esmeralda.
That's when I hand back to Duncan. She says, "Fuck you! I hope you cut yourself with it." And with that, she curses you. You have to succeed on a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw.
Well, don't you take unarmed damage?
You're gonna pass the AC. You originally I was like, are you attacking me? And then you were like, no, I'm not, just like a little kind of whatever.
Oh,
so
so smacked you.
you smacked me. Okay,
Yeah.
well, roll your attack.
Okay.
Let me know how it goes. I'll be back soon.
16 to hit.
16 hit. Now that's an improvised weapon, so that's a 1d4. Hello,
Do I
how
get
are you
it?
leading into this?
What does that mean? Is that not that?
No, it doesn't apply. It's improvised weapon 1d4.
Does it have a strength bonus to damage?
Nothing. Not
Doesn't it?
proficient. Not proficient with improvised weapons. You're not got total roll of feet.
Sure.
1 damage. Cool.
Damage.
Excellent. She'll take that. And cool. And because you've struck her, she's going to throw back a.
So while this is going on, Aaron and Clank, do you guys want to do anything while they're sort of having their little sort of tussle and flirty
The
foreplay?
sexual tension between Grond and Esmeralda is just through the roof.
Like it's over the roof. Let's hope you roll better than Cosroll.
Go over that net's ready to come through.
Firebolt at you.
Really? You're gonna firebolt him?
Yeah.
Okay,
Fuck.
so we're doing that. So
She misses. Grond Matrix. That shit.
right, Aaron, what are you doing? So the
So-
book is open on a pedestal, much like that, except open. I could probably do an open on that. Maybe hold it. Anyway, and you saw the diagrams, words, and imagery that I articulated earlier, with these scrawlings around it in what you can clearly see as common.
In what? Sorry, common.
Common.
I'm gonna go and read it.
All right.
To me, it looks like a picture book that she's just tried to destroy. Maybe she doesn't like.
She did tell
everything.
you it's evil. When you said why are you trying to destroy it, and she's like, it's evil.
Come around here.
So I'm even to Esmeralda probably. So.
Evil's relative,
Don't touch anything. and
Okay.
don't look over there. Copy. You can read What's
She did
in the
curse you,
black
so
box?
DC 14.
Black boxes?
Saving throw.
Yeah.
Three.
Cool. You, whilst cursed, you have a vulnerability to,
Okay, got it.
I said
Thank you.
cut, so slashing
And
damage.
then can you do a wisdom saving throw, please?
Sure.
It means that, so opposite of resistance, you take double damage from it.
Wisdom saving
Cool.
throw.
So if I'm raging, I just take wisdom damage.
Yep. From
Reach.
Okay.
how long?
Is there any visible effect from the curse?
You take 6 hit points psychic damage.
So the curse lasts until ended with a greater restoration spell, remove curse spell, or similar magic. When the curse ends, Esmeralda takes 3d6 psychic damage. No, it doesn't specify that there is, but Esmeralda did curse Grond to have vulnerability for slashing damage.
I'm trying to work out if I could figure out what's just happened.
So you just see a fireball.
Well, it's not the fireball, but it's the curse.
It was a
is-
firebolt.
The
not a
curse-
fireball. Yeah,
Fireball,
fireball.
yeah.
Yeah.
The curse is kind of like a well,
She's muttered something and got.
like a verbal like, "Oh, fuck you, I hope you can like cut yourself on."
And you've seen him go.
Grond barks back in.
I'm just trying to think, would Clank recognise that she's cast a spell on him?
It's not a
Yes, you
spell.
would.
It's not
Yeah.
a spell.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a curse, but you would
It's a curse.
recognise that because of your. I'm going to give that to you because of your religious, understandings.
I can't do anything with it yet. I'm basically out of spells.
I'm picturing that she's just muttered something at me. I'm not even taking much notice, and then you'll just turn to me. I can't do anything about that.
And he's just like,
About what?
What has she done to me?
That's out of character. But having seen the firebolt attempt, Clank's going to cast Toll the Dead on her.
Yes.
hold the dead on her.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
After he attacked as well. Okay.
So no one saw that.
I wonder how this campaign would finish.
That is an 18.
Okay.
Okay. So you've actually tried to attack her now.
You tried to attack him.
He attacked me.
You tried to destroy a children's book.
This is cursed. Have you been reading this?
Yeah. It's a story about a little pig. It's cute. We read these things to our cubs.
This is cursed.
To our cub.
Well, according to you.
What is it?
It's evil tome, dark things.
Did you read it? Well, then how do you know what it's about? It could be about anything. I'm going to try and deceive her. I'm going to try and deceive Esmeralda and convince her that it is a children's book.
I think that'll be it.
That's gonna be
Deception at disadvantage.
Yeah, because she's just done
Becomes
identifying it. She
She
knows
knows
exactly.
exactly
Yeah.
what it is.
I'm going to try anyway.
This is a shovel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have expertise in deception, so I'm going to use my psi-powered knack as well.
Which gives you what?
It gives me an extra 1d8 for my roll.
I feel like Esmeralda knows exactly what this is. This shouldn't even be a roll. This is just like a flat out like you're trying to tell her something that she already knows. It's not.
I can be very convincing.
Trust me, I've set the DC at a suitable level.
Right, so disadvantage.
Nat 20.
Okay, so I get to roll twice, right? And plus 7 for my result. So that's 12 plus 6 plus 7 is 18, 25, and 15 plus 7 plus 7 is 29. So 25 is my deception.
Unfortunately, Esmeralda takes pause. And in her mind, she thinks, maybe it was a children's book that's been cursed.
I mean, there's a crib in the room, right?
Yeah, there is.
I'll just throw that in as part of my argument. There's a crib in the room. There's a book a chair to read to the baby.
So what I'm going to rule on this is
There's a
that
bath filled with
Esmeralda
blood.
takes pause
It's an old
because
house.
the way he's articulated it and spun it actually is like, you know, when people go like, well, the world's round, the flat earth spirit and spirits goes, well, why does it? And you think, oh, hang on, now, and then at a moment she'll go, yeah, you fuck with you. But right now, in this moment, she's going,
I feel the threads of fate railroading me into something.
Yeah, moment of pause. I don't know what to do with that, really. So what would you do with this?
What would I do with it? Take it with us.
Wait. All
I
he
will
tried
not.
to do was convince you it was a children's book. He didn't say it wasn't an evil children's book. So you
That's
might still
right.
be convinced it's evil.
I'm sure we all see that lady reading those children's books on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that Mein Kampf is an evil children's book, but I mean, it's you know, you don't want to read that to your kids. It's a book. Save the book.
If you want it, you have
Okay.
it. And then she does that thing where it's like, surely you're not, like, you know, when you're like, as a parent, when you're like, it's like, fine, do it. And then it's like, that was a joke, don't actually do it.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Do you pick it up?
I'm going to take a length of cloth from somewhere around the room, old blanket or whatever, and I'm just going to wrap the book.
No, if you trust it, pick it up with your hands.
I just saw you try to stab a fire sword into it and the book didn't burn. It's obviously a very important book.
So it's
not a children's book.
It's an important
It's
book.
clearly not.
So at this point, are you closing it so no one else has read what you've read?
Yes.
Because I'll need to
Yes, I
adjust
will.
the settings of the entry, and I will do that now for you.
I will take a length of cloth from somewhere around the room. It's an old hut. There's bound to be curtains or a blanket or a sheet or something, and I'm going to use that without touching the book because it's very clearly magical and I don't know anything about it. Apart from the fact that it's a children's book with pictures, and I'm going to close the book up and I'm just going to put it in my bag.
Right, so hopefully...
Magical children's
oh, shit,
book.
hang on.
That's so dangerous. You can't touch it.
Sit down with me, little Johnny. Little Johnny's like, what's this one?
This is how the Brothers Grimm started.
Right, so I should have locked everyone else out of it. You can read what, on Legend Keeper, what you've read.
Okay.
Okay,
I think.
and can you please pick that up? Excellent. Come
the bag.
see me next door.
You didn't want to do that.
Well, I did mention that I was picking it up in a cloth. So,
How are you going to remove curse on Chris?
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that this might be out of my league now. But I can't do the remove curse now.
Isn't he already cursed?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cursed once already. Now he's double cursed.
Well, might as well add another curse to it.
so.
You remember the meme photo of the guy that was interviewing Trump in his first
And he's like,
and he's like,
yeah.
that's Clank's face after the argument about the book being a child's book, but it's like so dangerous that I'm like,
I feel like that's Clank's face in this whole campaign.
It's like, fucking what?
Clank did an Arcana check on the skull before, didn't he?
yeah, I've got 3.
Cub's
It's
just
like
like
a skull.
Cub's just like ignoring everything that's going on. It's just kind of
It
like
may or may not be made of skull.
pushing the skull to see if it's moving.
This is the best copy of Peppa Pig ever.
There's still so much, like, I feel like torn because I'm like, you're trying to play as like one character and you're like, fuck you guys, fuck everyone, I could just like fucking destroy everything and walk out. And then like, as like a part of the party, I'm like, don't do that, Nick, don't do that.
It's the character, not the player.
I know.
Right?
I know.
As far as I'm concerned, it's some vaguely magical book that has pictures in it.
No, I mean like, more so the Cub and the clank and the grom thing, were all kind of heated and took the sword away.
I mean, yeah, all books are evil, right? Because they've got words in them and someone's keeping information from them because you can't read.
There you go.
So everybody's evil.
So,
No, there's some stuff. I didn't see some of these things in the treasure chest. Who
What?
took the spell scrolls?
Spell scrolls. Did you take them?
I didn't take any spell scrolls. I didn't have spell
There's
scrolls.
apparently there should be one of mass cure wounds and another one of revivify,
You see either of those.
which sound like clerical ones if ever I'm.
Was it by the side of the cheek?
Yeah.
Gents,
Can we?
Thank you.
can I just, and whilst this might be on YouTube, Rachel will never watch it. Whilst I threw a lot of things out, I didn't throw ice cubes out. However, that will not be the case tomorrow.
Can we just check something with you? I've
Yeah.
noticed on Legend Keeper there were 2 spell scrolls that were supposed to be in the chest,
Yes.
and
yes.
we didn't find cards for them in there.
No, sorry, that's my bad. But the spell scrolls are mass cure wounds.
and revivify.
Yes.
Yeah, which I would take, given that they're of a clerical bent.
Yeah, and you can read them. Yeah, correct. Yeah. So what you can see there is what you know. Yeah.
So I'll request cards from them for next time.
Yeah. So the vial and the potion looking thing, you don't know what they are. Oh, well, you do now because you've got the cards. So anyway, that's all right.
Cubs kind of, whilst this is all occurring outside, not to hog the spotlight, but the second character, he's just kind of like hearing what's going on and just trying to like touch the skull to see if it like will like move, and it kind of levitates, like how easy it would move type of thing.
like Flight of the Navigator style, we just sort of touch the ship and see if it moves.
Yeah.
You've seen that movie?
It
Yeah,
moves.
one of my
Moves
favorites.
like easily without effort type of thing. It doesn't kind of like
But can I just say,
Hey,
it moves.
can I just confirm, so are we no longer fighting each other?
Yeah.
So it moves, but it moves softly, and then when you stop asserting pressure, it moves back to where it was.
Sorry, can I just come back to the chest again? That card was in there, and it isn't in your list that I can see.
Oh, what's that card say?
It says wild root is for curing poison.
Oh no, that was in the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it was in the chest, so I'm sorry.
Sorry, then that's my bad.
But I'll keep it in.
I'd separated them, and because it's small, it's probably gone on the wrong pile. I had them like this way, and that way. The 3 stacks that I needed, and that's probably my bad. But
Okay.
yeah,
So long as I just wanted to check it wasn't something I wasn't supposed to have. That's
no,
all.
you're supposed to have it because it's from ransacking her, cottage.
Cool. Right, that's all right.
yeah, so Cubs kind of like experimenting with that. Okay, start. I think Esmeralda is just kind of, you like putting down the pack, and then she's just kind of like looking at everyone else. She just kind of like storms off in a huff and kind of just like, you know when you walk past someone and you're just like, I don't like you, and kind of like shoulder butt.
Can I?
Done to Grimes.
I want to not move at all. You bounce off me. Sure, it's a
Alright,
strength.
do a strength.
to see who budges.
Athletics versus acrobatics, whatever you want to do. Yeah. Is the music still playing? Can you hear it underneath the table?
It is something that's very, very quiet.
Yes.
Is that too loud?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh,
that's
what's
fine.
too loud?
You can hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Music's
Sorry.
fine.
Sorry, because of this, and plus
Yeah.
I'm deaf from way too many loud explosions. So please yell at me because I'll think you're talking nicely.
Yeah, so as Esmeralda leaves the hut, I just catch Ron's eye and I'll do my best Esmeralda impression as a half thing going, I do not think you should touch that book.
But you've just missed that when she tried to barge in.
So I feel like because of the height difference, she's trying to like shoulder check him, and then it's kind of like there, but like it's like winded, and she's kind of like walking past.
What's wrong? Natural one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Embarrassed, ego damage.
Statue doesn't move.
Yeah. 1.5.
Right. What I'll do just for you, I just remind me if the others look at the book. Just remind me to adjust our conversation.
Okay.
I propose we take a short rest now. We're in a relatively secure location to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I would love a short rest.
What are the rules on the tuning? Can we do that whilst resting, or does it require us? No.
Like a long
Okay.
rest, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know.
I think it's
Okay. Are you happy with that, Duncan? We're taking a short
Sorry,
rest.
can I just?
Yep.
Just got to do a little bit of just have an intermission.
Right. Cubs coming like back in. Lots of Esmeralda's gone off in a hump. And Cub comes back in. Just kind of like oblivious to what was occurring. I was looking around before. And
So sorry, I'll just need to clarify. You'll see it in a moment.
Yep.
What that is.
I was looking around and I thought,
I've
perhaps
just-
this might be for you.
I've just read the rules for tuning, and it says a short rest.
Can do.
Yeah.
Depends on something.
A tuning to an item requires a creature to spend a short rest focused on only that item while being in physical contact with it.
Which probably means you can't recover health.
Fuck yeah.
What's that?
If Gron couldn't get any cooler,
It doesn't say anything about that.
I feel like, what are the rules for a short rest? Because I feel like a short rest is like you're not doing
wow.
anything.
That's cool.
I feel like if they were saying you need to spend an hour attuning to it, they'd say that, not a short rest.
Okay, that should be there. I've put it in a call out, so it's should be visible for you.
Okay, thank you.
It does say in short rest, character does nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reading, and tending to wounds.
Yeah. Damn rule.
Yeah.
Did you say we've done a short rest, have we?
We haven't gone there yet.
So so you haven't done that. So sorry, Brian, you wanted to ask something.
Yeah, clarify. So the rules on attuning to an item says requires a creature to spend a short rest focused on only that item while being in physical contact with it. Nick's saying if I do that, then I can't recover any hit points or any of the other things that I would get back from a short rest.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So sorry, what item is that?
That would be the Stone of Good Luck, but in that case, I will leave the attuning to another time and just take a
Yeah.
short rest.
Sun Sword. Are you
I'm-
tuning or
I'm
you?
gonna heal.
You're
So
gonna heal.
I'll
Yeah.
attune
Okay.
later.
So we're short resting. Is that the consensus?
Yes, please.
Okay, it's now 1:41 and 42 seconds PM on day 10.
How
The
do I
short
do
rests
that?
are
Should be
completed,
at the top of the character sheet. Short
and the
rest.
Revenant
Fuck yeah, 2 12s.
has basically taken a position up at the bottom of the stairs, sitting, and he's essentially doing a short rest as well.
Okay. Yeah, Cubs just giving
Jesse,
there as well.
what are you doing with the zombie? Maybe I shouldn't have asked that when I think about it.
I'm not looking.
Nothing just yet. I'll basically say go wait outside and guard us.
Okay, cool.
It's not doing the die roll for me.
It might not either.
That's a bit annoying. I've got automatically apply healing with dice result ticked, and it's not doing it.
Yeah.
So just confirming, is that a short rest?
Did you click the
Yeah.
dice that you want to use?
Yes. it's selected. I've now done take short rest twice, and it said you've taken a short rest, and it hasn't rolled the dice at all.
Yeah, I noticed the same. Mine didn't want to play nice.
Maybe, I know why it's not doing it. It's because I've got the dice rolling thing turned off, so that when I click cast spell, it doesn't do it.
Oh.
So I will roll manually. So it's no, exactly the right amount.
Recover silent.
And just thinking how I can do this. Actually, I know exactly how I can do this. Command copy there and go into notes.
At some point, Cub's going to come up to Hank and go, is this anything that you perhaps might desire? If not, I may be able to use it for, I assume, some potion.
Oh, there we go. You've actually got to click the healing button. There we go.
Do you need a druid one or a
Right.
druid spells? Or?
Rogan, can I see you outside, please?
It doesn't say, so
Okay. Yeah, so if you go short rest and then build up your like dice along the side
yeah,
there.
I did.
Yeah.
I only wanted to roll one.
Okay, so if you click on one of them,
I did. It's selected.
yeah. I actually got an option that showed me 1d8 plus 1 as
And it says
underneath.
1d8 plus 3.
Okay.
I don't, the reason it's not doing it for me is because I've turned off automatic dice rolling
Right.
in here. Because otherwise every time I do like
So see, when I click that, I get the little 1d8 plus 1 underneath it, and then if I click on the heart, it'll roll the dice and heal me.
yeah, and I don't have that because I've turned the dice
yeah.
off.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I keep forgetting that I've done that, but it's just because otherwise when I click the cast thing next to one of my spells, it automatically rolls the dice for me here, and I want to do it manually. So
Fair enough.
I just realised that it doesn't do the any of the dice rolls at all when you do that. It's kind of all in or not. But I got a 3 on my D8 plus 3. I was only down 6 hit points from that fight.
Wow. I feel like Cub went through a whole lot of
All
hit
of them.
points. Yeah.
All of his hit points.
Multiple times.
3 times.
I've not, like, Cub has, I don't think there's been a single fight that Cub has not gone, like, down in.
I'm pretty sure there has been, but the particularly in the earlier levels, like you sort of get in there and take a few hits and then get out.
No, even in, like, I suppose you missed you went there for the first couple of, it was like the first couple of things where it was like, I think I went down in, like, the first fight, got healed, and then I went down in the second fight because Jesse had, like, attacked, like, from behind.
He would do that.
What? No.
Me.
So when are you moving out, Brian?
Well, we still don't have an exact date because the builders still haven't given us the practical completion inspection date. But we just figure it's going to be soon because like there's not much left to do. They've got to put carpet down. Oh no, I say this is as of the end of last week. Presumably they've done most of this stuff now. They had to lay carpet in 2 of the upstairs bedrooms, fit the skirting boards, and screw the light switches onto the wall. And I think that's all done.
That shouldn't
I
take-
don't think. Well, I think they still need to repaint indoors where they've done stuff as well. So, but we think like maybe like a couple more weeks or something.
That's exciting, man.
The window people have got to come back to fit all the midgy screens and the strange locks that you need upstairs to stop your suicidal children throwing themselves from first floor windows. It's a legal requirement in Australia. Which, as as a Brit, I find weird because, like, how do the fire brigade gain access when your house is on fire if they can't open the windows?
The thing is that they don't.
Okay, that's now revealed.
And they won't.
Cheers.
They'll go, oh, cheers, mate. Too much. We're not going to go in there. We'll just shoot it from a distance with hose.
Or even if there are people burning to death inside, they don't go in and rescue them.
Is it there?
Yeah.
I feel like that's just the thing in the movies.
It's definitely not a thing in the movies.
Wait
I've
for
got-
Spider-Man.
People, like, you know, have died in fires in London. Like,
Oh, no, I mean like where people go in and I don't...
I've been to the Fire Brigade Training Centre in London and gone through the rat run that they train them through to when they go through burning buildings. It's awesome. I did it when I was like 13, and I thought that was really cool. Like I was crawling through it, and the room was not filled with blinding smoke, and I was not carrying breathing gear and dressed in fireproof clothing, which I imagine makes it extremely hard work. And very, very strenuous, but as a kid it was like... So they basically have this entire room where the walls have got like shelving about this far apart, but it's completely enclosed. So they, basically a man has to crawl, leopard crawl through it with all that breathing gear on their back, and they fill the room with smoke, so they have to keep the breathing mask and stuff on. That's what they do, like the fire brigade training. And all of those shelves have got like trapdoors or other doors, so they can change the route each time, so you can't remember it.
I tried out to be a firefighter, right?
It's a bit different in New Zealand though, isn't it? Because it's all volunteer and you don't get
Not
paid
all,
for it.
not all of them.
Oh really?
Yeah, there is volunteer stuff.
I've only ever seen the volunteer ones, but I guess I've only really looked in small towns.
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of fire, we should totally set fire to this tree.
Yeah, I got back up and turned down because I did too many recent concussions.
Oh, sorry, who?
On that.
Oh, Grond, you got the gem too, haven't you?
Yeah.
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 That's disappointing.
Yeah, I had a lot of concussions when I played rugby.
That is one of the downsides.
And the Tome of Black Oaths is held by
A children's book.
It's a children's book.
The Tome of Black Oaths.
Do I get all cool and colourful and everyone's scared of me because I'm holding the gem like Clank did?
because of what? Sorry.
You know, when Clank held the gem last time, he got all powerful and everyone was scared of him. Does that happen to me?
You don't turn into a green
I don't remember
lantern.
anyone being scared of me, were they?
Oh, everyone was pretty quick to get you off the gem.
Have I had that conversation with you?
No. But this is what Gron's saying to the party. Am I? Do I look cool? Am I green?
You know that there is no discernible effect by you holding the gem.
How good for you. Fur behind your ears.
As Gron's leg comes up.
So, can I just assume that all of you are resting in the hut?
Yes.
Yeah, it just leans up against something.
Yeah. Can I all get you to
Esmeralda's at the
roll?
bottom of the stairs, I feel like.
Yeah, she stormed out.
She stormed out.
Yeah, okay. With the sitting with the Revenant.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Can everyone but the Revenant and Esmeralda roll 1d6 please?
1.
5, 4.
4.
Jesse?
2.
Thank you. They are temporary hit points that you may now add.
Cool.
So, you've all done your die roll for your short rest?
Yes. Yeah.
And anyone who recovers anything, I think that would be Nick and Jesse. During your short rest,
And me
done?
as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the time now is early afternoon, and it is 1:41:42, and it's now 1:46.
Okay.
So what do you guys wish to do? So you have the tome,
Mm-hmm.
you have the gem, you've pilfered the chest and
Yep.
baby lasagna's possessions. The swamp is oppressive as ever. Bugs, stench.
What do you reckon, guys? Should we try and get the skull back to Ivan Gostov?
This is what we agreed and set out to do. I do not know if you were. I was outside of the skull and I found your applied pressure. It seems to move quite easily.
Okay.
Once you stop, it seems to return back to where it was.
Just going to find the owner's manual.
So what you're saying is we could potentially tow it with an anchor?
With a what?
With an anchor. If we had some, say, length of hempen rope and tie it to baby lasagna, she could potentially tow it while it floats in the sky.
The frail old woman will be enough to hold the skull.
The zombie that
Still the same mass.
yeah, but
Who will
just
exist
shown
for
you could
22 and a half hours longer, more. From
Yeah.
this
About
point.
that, do we not feel that this is an incredibly offensive
To who?
way
To
of
who?
magic?
To who? Who are we offending? A dead dragon? A bunch of dead soldiers?
Do you know which?
And Esmeralda, who does not want to give me the children's book? No, we have to take it back.
I'm sure this person also had certain allies.
Wait, who? Who doing
Who,
that?
lasagna?
Do you not think that this would be offensive to Strahd? Not that I care too much about what Strahd is, but I would think that you would not want to anger him.
Fuck Strahd. Fuck
Cub,
Who gives a shit about Strahd?
if we honestly cared about angering Stride, would we have done half the stuff we've done already?
I think honestly,
This is valid.
we've upset John by existing.
Yeah,
you
just
know.
being here seems to offend him, so.
Yeah, like the very fact that we left Irina with the priest instead of delivering her directly to him probably pissed him off. Apart from the fact that we killed all these druids.
And we can trust that
Killed
this-
baby lasagna.
Hey, Jesse. Jesse.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry, it just came through. Thanks, mate.
And we can trust that this is actually a zombie or something raised. Did we not have issues with this man back at Krezik who was producing some kind of flesh ride? How is this any different?
Kozron, Nick's speaking magic at me.
Me doing it.
Come
Yeah.
speaking magic at me.
Right, because they were innocent people he was reanimating. This is some old bitch.
Yes, and we have been so thoroughly impressed with Kozron's actions in the past.
Do you want to tow the rope, Cub?
It's not.
What do you propose?
I'm like wading chest deep in swamp water. I'm not going to tow the rope. I can tie the rope, but you want to tow the rope? You tow the rope.
What do you
Otherwise,
do?
we'll get baby lasagna to tow the rope.
What are you proposing?
We push it.
You don't want to use our new donkey.
Very well, if this is what you deem to be appropriate, then how about it?
I'm going to ask, with the, how much force are we needing to actually move this thing?
I think from what Duncan said, it was not very much at all. Like you could push it, but if you like stop applying pressure, it goes back to the spot it was at.
And how do we know once it gets to Argos, it's just going to make its way back?
I know. Let's tie the rope to the Revenant and let him tow it back while we escort him. That way you don't have to lose baby lasagna.
He pipes up and actually says, "I will volunteer to do that."
Everyone?
Yeah, but they didn't really do anything in that fight. They just kind of stood there.
I think their main goal was to try and.
They did a lot in that
They did
fight.
a lot in that fight.
One of them died.
Yeah. Again.
I think you underestimate their
Oh,
value.
I'm sure he'll be back. He's a revenant. I'm just going to cast Mage Hand and see if I can move the skull using the Mage Hand. just
I'm
5
not good
meters.
on problem. Come on, thank you.
Just constant mage handing all the way back.
Right, Duncan, did you hear that?
So you're going to cast Mage Hand and push it?
Just push it 5 feet to see if it moves.
Yeah, it moves. What are you doing with the Mage Hand? Because it's now the extent of the rope.
Yeah, it's still tied to the house, like moored like a boat would be to a dock.
I don't know. I'll think about it.
Shall we continue then? Shall I untie this?
Yeah, let's untie it from the house and give the rope to the Revenant. If you don't trust baby lasagna,
The rope isn't that long, it's probably only about 4 foot in total.
Okay, I'm just going to untie it from the house.
Okay, so there are 2 ropes, one at the front and one at the back. Which one do you untie first?
So one at the back
Okay,
from the house.
so you leave it attached to the skull.
Yeah, leave it attached to the skull.
Yeah, give me a survival check. Oh, pizza.
Oh, 8
Yeah.
total.
Just, Rogan? Yeah, thank you, mate.
Pizza's here.
Thanks, Fee.
8 total.
Sorry, what was it?
8 total.
Okay. The knot is beyond your immediate capability.
can I possibly help with sleight of hand?
I was going to say failing.
Are you going to go and try and untie it as well?
Yeah, I've also got a length of rope, which is 50 feet, that I can join to either the fore or aft rope connecting to the skull, so that
What?
it's got a longer leash for this thing. What's wrong? You okay?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Sorry, this is
okay.
this is either a really funny joke or not. Okay, so look, I'll just cut to the chase. You undo the ropes,
Yep.
and the skull just drops to the ground with a splash and a slosh.
Huh. This may require a new plan.
We have a revenant and a baby lasagna, we can tie the ropes.
Perhaps over pizza.
Yeah, let's come back to it.
Okay, it seems like it was a joke. Okay, think fuck for that. Alright.
Kind of like a we're gonna go pick out new breasts joke, or
No. I mean, I should assume it's a joke, but like, probably with the week I've had, I'm just like probably predisposition to
Expect it when someone's
not
telling you
not
something's
like
not right.
yeah. Okay, cool. Because yeah, Brian's Rachel.
Yeah.
If you haven't been looking at your phone, unlike my husband, please tell him I'm filing for divorce in the morning. So I'm like,
Why wait till the morning?
yeah,
Act
that's
on
right.
impulse. Do it now.
Yeah,
that does sound like the kind of joke that Rachel would make. Though.
it is, but yeah, I'm just like normally I would just So anyway, the skull is just plummets into the.
Has everything been in the house with us the whole time?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, Hunter.
All right, Jesse, we'll see you in a bit.
All right, let's pause for.
So you're
Remind.
Attach the end that was tied to the hut or the end that was tied to the skull.
End that was tied to the skull. They're both very clear that they untied the end that was tied to the hut, and once the last bit of rope was released from the hut, the skull plummeted to the ground with a sickening.
So the ropes are still attached to the skull.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. Now draped into the swamp water below the hut.
What are you thinking?
I was thinking maybe it was the ropes that were the thing that were making it fly, but that doesn't make any sense if it's the ropes are still attached to the skull and it's crawling in. So no idea then.
Can I jump into the skull and sort of have
From up on the hut, or are you going
I'll
down?
come down and hop
Yeah.
into it, and see if this sort of feel around, take the gem out, and maybe see if there's anywhere that looks like it could slot in or could go somewhere.
Sorry, what are you? The gem?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing obvious for the gem. Yeah, when you hop into the skull, it's sort of, there's water seeping in through, you know where I said the eye sockets were just like reeds and sticks? Water's seeping in through that into the base of the skull.
Right.
And the eye sockets, so the base of the eye socket's there, the base of the skull's there.
Yeah. Okay.
So the water's seeping in and filling up that body, going to equalise to the water level.
I'm going to tie it back onto the tree, see what happens.
So where you are at the bottom of the tree, there are essentially 4 main roots, which were the legs that were previously kicking the fuck out of you, and they're pretty much submerged into the swamp. There's vines and bits and pieces wrapped around it, but in terms of actual tree, there's nothing that if you wanted to sort of go underwater and wrap around one of the legs, you might be able to do that, but there's no other sort of stuck out big branch of the
so
tree.
the
It sort of
rope
has the
was-
legs and it's sort of then a trunk, and then it blossoms up
So
about
before
30
we-
feet above you into the house.
Before Cut untied it, the rope was sort of going into the swamp, into the water, to the leg,
No,
right?
it was like up on the balcony.
But it's tied up to essentially the side of the hut.
Okay.
I don't have an image to provide you. I don't think it was. I've got that, but that didn't happen.
Can I hold the rope and touch the tree and see what happens?
Yeah, sure.
I do that. I pick up the rope and touch the tree. And then I go. Cool. Well, I'm out of ideas.
It's
The
possible.
Revenant has moved round and sort of standing next to the skull now, and kind of looking in that sort of, half undead kind of.
I'm gonna give a rope to the Revenant and go see if you can pull this along.
Yeah. You said you volunteered. Away you go.
He looks at it and he says, first we must remove the water. And he looks at you all and he begins to then push up against the side of the skull to try and tip it over. And you can sort of see that he's making a little progress, but
I'll help him
He's-
push it.
okay. What's your strength score?
17.
Okay. Between the two of you, you manage to now tip it up, and so if you can imagine, like if that's the swamp level, and that's the skull in the swamp level, you've now sort of pushed it up like that.
Okay.
But there's still water in that component, so you need to either tip it over,
Yeah.
so it's inverted. Is that what you do?
If he's, we'll just keep
So
pushing.
Gron suggests to the Revenant, and the Revenant pushes, and now the skull is inverted
Yeah.
on the swamp water.
Yeah.
You mean right way up?
Yeah.
Just without a lower jaw, is that what you mean?
Yeah. So the eyes are now at the top, and the mouth is sort of into the water, and the cavity of the skull is over the.
What do you think, Cosron? Dragon Man?
Yeah, I guess so.
You want to try and speak dragon to it?
Speak dragon to it.
What do dragons do?
And what are you doing with your zombie? It's because it's just kind of following you at this particular point.
Yeah, that's all it's pretty much doing. Oh, I've got no idea, sorry.
Well, clearly the Revenants thought that 2 of them would be able to get the skull back.
Can you drag it?
Shit.
Can we see? What if we move Bob Lasagna's corpse over to it and see if it reacts to her in any way?
Yeah, I'll-
The corpse,
I'll,
is
tell
animated.
Bubba and the Saga, assist the Revenant with lifting the skull.
The zombie sort of shambles over towards the skull and begins to make efforts to lift it, but there's no discernible change in either the posture of the skull or any kind of angle on it either.
Well, I suppose we can do what Cub suggested. You want to restart this tree?
Perhaps.
Give it a go.
Restart the tree and see if that.
Really? You want to put the gem back in the tree?
If we were to do this, firstly we need to know if we can control this tree hut
Tree
thing.
was attacking us.
And secondly, it seems like the magic only works if it is connected somehow. It would be no use to put this gem back into this tree and then have it walk off and the skull is far away from it. If it decides to walk off and we are worse off, then we cannot move the skull, we cannot control the tree.
What about before we do that? We'll tie the skull back to the tree and see if it hovers again.
Well, I'm still up top in the
You had
tree.
your rope in your hand.
I've got some rope, like I can tie some rope onto the balcony of the
Yeah.
patio or whatever and just chuck the end down to you.
Let's try that.
Okay, I'll do that.
Should we just retake the original ropes?
It's not long enough.
4-foot one. Ah, right.
Okay, so do you guys want me to use my rope or do you want me to attach it to the existing rope? Oh, the other rope's down the bottom.
Yeah, if you attach it to the house, and then we can attach that rope to the old rope.
Okay, so I'll use my rope and I'll attach it to the point that it was anchored to the tree originally.
Yeah.
And I'll just loop that around and throw the remainder down
Cool.
to you.
I'll tie that new rope to the old one, attached to the skull.
So, sorry, so you...
We've attached a new rope to the old rope,
Mhm.
and
So
new
the ropes are on the side of the skull?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Aaron's attached the rope to the house,
Mhm.
the tree house, and dropped the other end to me. I've tied the new rope to the old rope. Does the skull begin to hover again?
No.
It isn't good.
It's upside down as well.
Yeah, we took it upside down.
Yeah, so it's upside down, so you got the 2 ropes tied to a new rope up to the tree.
Yeah.
That's what I just heard.
So-
yeah.
So I missed this. Why did we tip it upside down?
To get the water out. So it doesn't move at all. Should we try to tip it back over? Revenant, I'll give him a nudge.
Either of our spellcasters that can cast Identify thought of doing that on the skull.
I can do that.
Well, wasn't Esmeralda... Didn't she do the ritual?
Oh,
She was a bit upset.
help.
She did it on the dog, didn't she?
It's alright, Cosmon can do it.
Now you want
I'll
to
do a ritual of
No, we
Identify
don't.
on it then.
Would you like me to read you a story from the book?
be my guest.
I don't feel very well.
Maybe reading the book will make you feel better.
So yeah, if we can try and flip the skull back to its original upside down and see if it will hover again.
Okay, so you'll work to flip it upside down. For a moment, it doesn't have water in it, but it begins to, sink down, but it certainly doesn't hover.
Shit.
And can I see you outside? Yeah, sorry, Dave. I need
Oh,
to.
sorry, mate.
Yeah, no, that's alright. Just stick it on.
I need to find a better place for that.
Yeah, covered. Looks like it's gonna.
Looks like it's gonna what? Better fucking know. I don't think I'll be very happy if it did
that.
Does anyone remember, do we still have this?
What was that?
The oath thing that, like, I can't remember if I gave it to one of the, or if I put it, maybe I put it away in my shirt.
I don't think he gave it to anybody. He read from it and then upset people.
Yeah. The only thing I couldn't think of is asking the guy for
The road.
yeah, like I was just looking through like Esmeralda's skull list and everything like that, and just through this, and this is the only thing relevant that I can really.
Hey, Jesse, is your little box of stuff here at Duncan's?
Yes, it is.
It is.
It's in the cupboard.
In the cupboard, alright. These item cards that we've pulled from the treasure chest, I'm going to put in there for you.
Sweet, cheers.
Did you say you were going to cast Identify on the skull?
Yes, I'm going to cast Identify on the skull ritual.
Duncan, I
Ritual?
just want to put these in
Yep.
Jesse's.
Oh yeah,
I will
Just-
enter
yeah,
it,
yeah,
yeah.
of course, mate. Yeah.
I just didn't know if there was anything on your screen there that you might not want me to see.
So Cosron's casting Identify as a ritual on the skull.
Okay, so 10 minutes further has passed.
Guessing that's it there.
Whilst this is happening, I wants to talk to the Revenant, just be like, are there any rituals or prayers or anything that you would say back in your day to the dragon?
I would obey the dragon, for he was our master, our leader, a warrior of great note.
Was there,
We must return the skull.
was there,
Sir Godfrey has commanded that we light the beacon.
was there an oath that you would swear or anything that you allegiance to this dragon?
The Knights of the Silver Dragon indeed have an oath, and he begins to recite it. Just basically, loyalty, very, positive principles.
Very nice, and it doesn't do anything with it. Couple thanks for that. Out of ideas.
Are you still upstairs? You're still upstairs.
I am still upstairs. I'm just sitting there next to the rope that I've just tied up.
I want to walk up next to you and pull out the gem and just be like, should we split back in the street? Just see if we can get it. I think that's a really bad idea. Work though.
You could get stepped on again.
Not from up in the tree.
Everyone else could get stepped on again.
Not if they're in the tree.
How do you steer the tree?
How do you steer the skull?
Point it forwards? Does the tree have forwards? Not gonna stop ya.
I'm just going to walk over to I just hold the gem in my hand and look at where it was sitting.
Just underneath my breath, I'm gonna very quietly chant.
Hear any noise coming from outside? Is any new ideas coming from outside perhaps?
Sorry, hang on, just to establish, we've tied the rope to the house and to the skull.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
the stage. The
flip
skull
it
is
back
tied
over.
to the house.
And it's starting to sink.
And it's starting to sink again.
Well, it doesn't sink. It just sort of.
Fully.
Well, I guess it sinks a little bit as the water level
Yeah.
equalizes. It does have an element of positive buoyancy, but not like it brings in probably a couple of 100 liters of water,
Right.
which would add weight clearly to dragging it in that posture. whilst you're in the swamp. But if you got out of the swamp and you got the angles right, it would all drain out. But if you didn't, you'd still have probably 60 litres of water in there.
The problem with having the other players, then all the sharp pointy bits are downwards, and they'll catch on everything.
Yeah.
Cub says, Cosron, do you think we would be able to? You did something fancy with the ice before. Would we be able to slide this on top of the ice, perhaps?
I'm more than happy to give it a go once my ritual's done.
So, Jesse, sorry, what was the ritual again?
Identify.
On the skull.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Further to that thought.
That's now complete.
Further to that thought, Cosron, you have this dragon mark. Have you even attempted to touch this or see if there is anything in your power that you are able to do?
Well, I'm guessing that when I'm casting Identify, I've got my hand on the actual skull itself. But I haven't yet. So Identify is over. I'll reach out to the skull and touch it and just try and see if I'm sensing anything from it.
I think Duncan's messaging you.
Apologise in advance if you hear little snoring noises in the background. I've just got the baby next to me.
I thought that was Mrs. Don't tell her I said that.
I don't like you affiliating with his voice.
Especially that one.
Especially that rune one that plays the short thing.
The short one.
Hobbit.
Okay. Just give me a thumbs up again.
Did you have a look at that Cub 2024 version? I might have a play around with it again. Like, I don't know. It was, I kind of just went for like what makes the stats kind of the same, but it kind of was a bit. I don't know. It's like flavor wise, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Just with that, so Duncan, is that from after I've cast Identify, is it?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. That's the results. Yeah.
Okay. Has anything else happened since I've touched the actual skull itself afterwards, or is that part of it?
No, only that last bit, and that probably I wasn't clear there. That probably occurred the moment you approached it.
Okay, so I'll let the rest of the party know. Basically, it seems there's remnants of powerful animation magic, necrotic magic on this. It's not something I can really move, but I guess I reach out. I try and attune to the skull itself to see if me touching it or anything like that has any effect whatsoever.
So, trying to attune to it will take like a minimum a short rest, but as you try to commune with it, it's that last bit that sort of evades your response.
At the end of the thing you said.
Yeah. So there's sort of a bunch of information there, but sort of almost the last 3 sentences. Yeah. So I should have probably said that up front, because that was as soon as you sort of closed with the skull. And endures during the ritual and continues to endure beyond it, and also when you're not proximate with it. So that feeling, that peace that I gave you, continues to sit with you.
So the burning's continuing, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At this point, I don't think I can will it to move or anything like that. However, obviously it does have a lot of power in it, but it needs to go back to Argynvost.
I'm going to start looking around the swamp to see if there's some stuff we can use to build a raft that we can float it on.
I can also try shape water. As Nick said earlier, I'll see if I can do shape water. We might be able to slide it across the swamp.
So to cut to a short story on that, the putting ice in front of it or underneath it, shaping water and turning it to ice, that does lift it up out of the water and does provide a less frictionless surface. And you find that 3 of you can drag it relatively easily. 3 of you, other than the zombie, because the zombie doesn't have the strength.
Yep.
The zombie can contribute, so if the 3 of you are pulling it, it's marginally easier with the zombie, but the zombie's not particularly coordinated, so the zombie's pulling when you're not, pushing when you are, all that sort of stuff. So
I've got that shaped water cantrip as well, so I can help by freezing more water.
Alright, well...
Basically, I think we just get it out of the swamp to start with, and then...
now, sorry, there was another question there too I had to answer. So there was that, and someone else was doing something.
You said you had shape water?
Yeah, so you were doing, the 2 of you were doing that, and someone else was...
Well, I also said I was going to start looking around for stuff to build
Oh
a
yes,
raft.
to build a raft, yeah. So, while Cosron's experimenting with the shape water piece, yeah, there's plenty to build a raft, but it would take perhaps a couple of hours to achieve something.
Well, we don't need to if we can do it, shove it with shape water, so I'll just help with that as well.
So the Revenant is clearly assisting you and is also potentially getting nervous. So it makes a couple of comments because it's kind of a bit after 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and he's sort of saying night will be upon us shortly. We need to be away from this place, but we will not make it to Argynvost by nightfall, and there's no way that we can do that.
Well, maybe we try and make it back to Brest.
Revenant, how do you expect we get it back then?
Well, perhaps we should have commenced our journey immediately after the victory against the witch. For it has been 2.5 hours, perhaps, that you have flustered here.
Well, standing around and arguing about what we should have done isn't going to get us there any quicker. Let's just start
Let's
moving.
make as much headway as we can.
Let's just keep pushing it back.
The swamp leads into the river, or just then like a river, something like there was like something along the lines where we went. And there was like the water. We could push it along the water as close to Argynvost as possible.
So you're aware, so obviously the Lunar River, the main access of it is abrupt to the swamps, yeah.
Yeah.
Almost due north is Argynvost. you know, but it's very hilly or it's very flat, obviously along the river, and then, you know, slightly hilly to get up there. But there is a high hill, so where you're looking at from here, and in the swamps of Perez, there's a hill, and then a little bit of a valley, and then a little bit of a hill where Argentbrustholz is. Or you can go along here and then just go up a little bit of the hill.
I think realistically, I don't like our chances of getting that skull up the steeper hill.
The closer we get into Argentbrustholz, the more revenants could
You guys should have the map if you're looking for it. I put it out earlier.
That's it.
It's usually here. Yeah, okay. The closer we get into Argentbrustholz, perhaps the revenants would be able to come and many hands making light work, tie many ropes, and drag it up the hill.
Maybe.
Well, what if we send the revenant that's with us to go and get them?
Turn to the revenant. Would this be agreeable?
So, speaking to the revenant that's with us, are you willing to go and get more of your brethren to come and help us drag this back?
I fear to return without the skull, and your protection would not be wise.
Then come with us, and one of us shall go when we are close.
He sort of half nods and remains silent,
Have
waiting
we-
further direction and listening to your discussions.
Are any of the other ravens still around, or they all flown off?
I'm assuming we're
Interesting. You note that there are ravens, not as many as there were originally. Perhaps
Well, a lot of them bought it in the fight.
half a dozen,
Yeah.
sitting in the sort of, you know, broken trees that surround this this area,
Half a dozen.
all together in one tree.
Colin starts aggressively ritualing.
Yeah. Start ritualing my speak, then it was 10 minutes.
So we're not pushing the skull now.
I had assumed that we were pushing the skull and having this.
No, I've
conversation.
not assumed that as yet. You haven't told me you've started pushing the skull.
I've got one more idea.
Can
Yeah,
we
mate.
start pushing the fucking skull and have the idea where we're going?
Surely
Sure.
we will not get too far.
Yeah, but
I'll just,
But like,
the ritual means he has to be still.
yeah, I'll just sit.
he can sit in the skull. We'll push him.
I like it. Okay.
The skull just comes.
But
slowly
can I just
shaking.
also, but hang on. Point being that's correct. You can do that. Okay. So you're sitting in the skull.
But you're saying the
pushing
right.
the
Are you
skull.
sitting in the skull?
No. I'm not getting in the skull yet. Because I want to talk to the ravens.
Alright, we'll wait here 10 minutes.
You guys can start walking if you want. You only get fire in 10 minutes.
So you're split. I just want to be clear. You're splitting the party, leaving you
Discussing speak.
by yourself with the ravens in
Well,
the
I
swamp.
think if he's.
Where's the zombie?
We haven't got enough people, so fine. We'll sit and wait.
Esmeralda is eyeing off the sun sword as you're ritualing.
I'm going to stand over Grond and make sure Esmeralda doesn't go anywhere near him.
He does not know how to use it.
I don't care. Yeah, he used it to stab a book.
And you would not destroy something cursed?
I've no idea if it's
What
cursed
kind
or
of
not.
cleric are you?
One that doesn't like you.
She's in a half minute.
David,
Hello.
could I get you to do a wisdom saving throw?
Four.
Right. Wasn't expecting that low, but come see me outside.
It's just the children's book. It's just the children's book. He's just got like let it go. playing constantly in his head now.
Do you have to cast it as a ritual? No.
He has to, yes.
Yep. I have about 0 spell slots.
What do you mean? I'm fluent in magic. Don't need to read a spell book.
Yeah, fluent in magic as I hold up a jug of ale. This is magic. And I speak it fluently.
Was there seconds?
For what?
One of this? Did I put that somewhere?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry. It's like going.
Is it stupid to think that there might be some type of spell or incantation in that book that we could use?
There potentially is.
Yeah, none of us are going to risk reading it though.
Well, we could.
No, we couldn't.
Bron can't because he can't read.
You could. Cub's not going to.
Yeah,
Cub probably can't.
Clank's not going to.
I mean, Cub could probably read it, but not gonna. I think he's smart enough to not. And Esmeralda tried to destroy the thing, so you know.
Yeah, but she's not real clever.
She's an idiot.
I'm willing to give it a go when he gets back.
Hey Jesse, were you wanting to go to the gym at all?
Yeah, we'll be soon.
Are you signed up to that thing fitness or?
No, not yet, but I've sussed it out and I'll be going in doing it over the next week or so.
Alright. Cool. Well, let us know. Rogan and I go, well, pretty regularly.
Yeah, definitely keen for it, man.
I'm away next
I've
week.
been hanging to
so-
get back in it since.
That's been
Do
good.
they have like a decent weight set up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a good little gym. It's quite like it's not massive, but it's got everything,
Yeah.
and it's not very busy,
Yeah.
which is good.
It's not like that.
Hasn't got
in-
any air conditioning.
No.
No, that is the only thing. It's big fans everywhere.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
It's not
like,
that bad.
No.
It would be pretty tough I reckon in the middle of the day. But
Yeah.
we go in the mornings. So.
Yeah. Go in the mornings or.
I mean, for a gym though, I actually prefer the fans to aircon.
I've been in the middle of the day on like a Saturday or a Sunday or whatever it is, and honestly, it's not that bad.
Like
Like,
you start sweating anyway from working out, so you just kind of embrace it.
it's not terrible. Yeah. I don't know. I went actually a while ago. I went to actually for a job interview to that Anytime Fitness
The one
on
in-
the road.
Oh yeah.
Off, yeah, just up there. It's massive, and
Is it?
it's
It
like
looks huge.
Yeah, it looks like everything looks the part and everything, but it always seems busy. So it's like,
Is that the one that
down near the barracks?
couldn't open for ages because of the abattoir complaining?
No,
about it?
that's
No.
a different one.
Total Fusion.
that's at
One.
Colmsley.
Yeah.
No, yeah, this one's just off Lytton, so like as you come off like the roundabout at the end of Oxford Street.
Yeah,
Go
I was
around.
going there for about a year because they did the hot yoga there.
Oh yeah.
They were good, but yeah, it's so packed in there. You gotta wait for shit half the time.
Did Matt
cheap.
and Emma go there?
Yeah. No, they go to Sustain,
Sustain.
the one on Oxford Street.
That's
That's the one I'd go to when I can be bothered.
It doesn't look very big up there. They're quite small up there.
it's a tiny gym from what I was saying.
Pretty small, yeah.
Yeah, my housemate went for a session there, like an intro session thing, and yeah, she's like, oh, apparently the guy was like kind of just a bit of a wanker when he was taking her around, so she was like, oh, fuck you then, like, don't want to go there.
Apparently it's really bad for like, because sister-in-law took her mum there just to, say mum would show like a couple of things, like, not doing anything, but like, oh yeah, you do this, you do whatever, and it was like, she copped a fine for like, letting someone in that didn't have a, thing. It was like,
Go there to help her
super
out.
strict there,
Yeah.
Is this any time still?
No, that was Sustain. Apparently they're real strict
Yeah. I
gyms.
was gonna say I I left any time because they kept triple charging me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and then I had to literally fight them saying, no, you've billed me 3 times a month the past 3 months. They wouldn't own up to it. Eventually I had to get the bank involved.
Oh, shit.
So I'm just going to put the skull there as you're sort of heading back towards Argon Hostel. Yeah. Well, actually, it's probably back this way, really, isn't it? When I think about it. So you drag the skull there.
Where? I can't see anything.
Is it not showing?
No.
No.
Ah, unhide. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I thought the skull was showing. It was looking really cool.
Is it doing
I was
what?
quite pleased with
Yeah, exactly.
finding that graphic and
Yeah.
putting it on the thing. Yeah.
Yep, we're gonna. I guess you've done your speak with animals.
Is my ritual 10 minutes up?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I want to walk over to where the ravens are, and first I want to ask them what were they doing here? Where did they get called from?
Okay. No one else can understand.
I feel like is Ron just going like caw caw?
Yes. Yeah.
How is that different from how he normally talks?
Well, it's usually a.
The difference is subtle but rare.
Ravens do not pants.
My repeated failed wisdom saves are getting interesting.
Yeah, this
Is
is
this related to the book? It's related to the book.
It's totally related to the book.
I feel like you've really inflicted this one on yourself.
That's okay.
The needle was you were an unwitting.
That was an accident.
Yeah.
Or, you know, whatever. But then, like, this is like intentional. I'm like, no, it's a children's book. It's like a children's book.
This
like,
is definitely a fuck around and find out thing for
Oh,
you.
absolutely.
This is the equivalent of like, but maybe on steroids of the lycanthropy, which we probably should, at some stage, start being concerned about. At the very least. Not concerned?
No.
You watched Van Helsing or something?
No.
I think it was more, what were those movies? With vampires and werewolves?
Vampire Diaries?
Twilight.
No. Kate Beckinsale.
Van Helsing.
Underworld? Van Helsing.
Underworld.
Oh, that one.
Underworld.
She's been in many werewolf and vampire movies, apparently.
She has been in many.
Because she was also in Van Helsing.
One
Yeah.
would call it a kink, but you know.
Apparently her kink is pantomime horses.
What?
I've seen when she's been interviewed, apparently she takes a pantomime horse costume with her wherever she goes. What?
What is a
What's the
pantomime
pantomime
horse?
They
Is it like a
have-
horse's head on a stick?
They have pantomimes here in Australia, right? It is a thing. I've read that they have them here. So it's
Doesn't mean I've gone
it's
to
the,
one.
So it's the suit that two people wear to look like they're a horse on stage.
Oh, right,
Oh.
right. Does she take the front or the back?
I think the front, but it's not.
How is that a
yet.
kink?
Well, I say kink. She has a thing for pantomime horse-like costumes.
Maybe she just likes to have someone bend over
Good
with
for
their head in her
anonymity
backside.
or
I don't know.
something. She talked about it. I think it was the Graham Norton.
Which
show
side
or
of the
something.
pantomime is she?
Yeah, that's why I can't remember. It was on Graham Norton. I'm sure you can find the YouTube clip of it.
You know, I never knew that there was like a proper name for that.
Name for what?
Pantomime horse.
Okay.
Okay. You just thought it was shit horse costume.
So it was like a horse, two-person horse costume.
So you'll just see Grom turn around behind you and assume some sort of swarm.
Not a swarm, but you see Gron talking to these ravens in. They all turn into were ravens. And they're still perched in the trees.
God, not them again.
Is that a bad thing?
Well, they've annoyed us whenever we've spoken to them before.
Not like they're useful in any way.
No, they just exist to be annoying.
They all kind of remember the beginning of the campaign too, Cosron.
Yeah. Ron would just say, move away from the skull. He yelled that out to you guys.
Kind of steps back a bit. Esmeralda was already kind of away. She's kind of grumpy, not helping her.
Okay, yeah, somebody move the tank away.
So I'll take a little bit of a step away, and I'm muttering under my breath as I do so. It's like, why the fuck are we wasting time with this skull?
As I'm walking up, I'm going to walk up to the Revenant and just say to him, Godfrey's failed. We've got to go kill Vladimir.
So be it.
Cool.
And Grund?
I look at the Weir Ravens and I just nod my head at the skull.
They take flight and they come down, 6 of them, and they latch onto the skull and they flap their wings and they lift it. Water pours, they've actually got it at the right angle. Water pours out of the eye sockets, and it is about 5 foot off the swamp water level. And they begin to move to the north.
Cool. Let's go. I'm just going to start following the skull.
Care to explain?
The skull's moving.
That doesn't require explanation. What requires explanation is why they're doing it, and what the comment about Vladimir and Godfrey is.
One of them is from Argenvost, and he's basically told me what's happened since we've left.
Which
is Godfrey died, Vladimir killed him, and we have to go back and kill Vladimir and wipe this
well,
back.
again,
Yeah. Kill him for real stuff.
I am kind of pretty certain Godfrey indicated to you that Vladimir was likely to rise again. Do you
Yes,
recall that?
he did
Yeah.
say that.
I just want to make sure. I did.
I'm just like, oh, not again.
Yeah.
That's not surprise. That's resignation.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I did seed that several sessions ago. Yeah, last year, in fact. Yeah.
And I thought this.
Kate's gonna like kick a tree
Back
and
in
go,
24
I don't wanna.
I thought this Ravens owed us.
So are we following the?
Well,
Skull?
I'm starting to follow it.
Well, have they explained how we're going to kill him? Because we already did it once.
We've done it once, it's still okay.
You said for real this time, though, right? There was an alternative.
So won't Godfrey rise again?
Yeah, presumably.
Vince telling me that.
I mean, it feels like it's like a Revenant's, infighting problem that's got nothing to do with us.
Well, I just look, man. They're gonna give the skull a ride. I kind of want to kill another thing. Their last fight didn't go too well for me, so.
Right.
On the road again.
But I'm kind of thinking
Just
that
can't wait to
even this
get
whole
back on the road
BS
again.
with fucking revenants and lighting the beacon and even Strahd, like, have you guys ever thought that there's more out there than just this shit? Like, we're
What we
hearing
have been
fucking
led to believe
Barovia or
Strahd is
Valaki or
absolutely
Berez
together.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
I do know there's other stuff out there, and that's where I want to go because I'm sick of this shit.
but why are we wasting our time with Strahd? Isn't there?
Is the ticket
How else are you gonna get out of here?
to it?
Well, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe Baby Lasagna was onto something.
Well,
You know?
now she's dead.
Yeah, because we killed her.
Yeah,
This
but
is
she
the
didn't really have a good
children's
thing going in,
speaking.
hanging out in the swamp with a weird
I was
drink.
going to say, I don't think she exchanged any ideas with us other than you're
What-
going to die.
Yeah, what part of any interaction with her
Well,
was pleasant?
I'm just thinking that like there's more to
I am
this
telling you
place
now, get rid
than
of this
Strahd.
book.
Hey, Eric, are you alright?
This swamp.
What? Why don't you look
Mate,
through it with me.
If you want to stay here and be the new double lasagna, you do that. We're going.
I don't want to be the bub lasagna. I just think that there's so much more out there. Something bigger things than Stride.
Like what?
I was going to say, Bubba Lasagna is following us around as a dead zombie, so.
I know.
Well, if you can articulate what these other things are.
All I caught was snippets from the children's book when I looked at it, and it just gave me ideas.
I'm
that
not
there's
interested in
more
anything
out
you
there.
sourced from that.
What did it say?
It's a good book.
What did you source?
Duncan, where's the resource for the book?
Only you can see it at the moment.
Only I can see
If
it.
someone else wants to read it, they can come and.
Well, I was going to paraphrase.
Yeah.
So you should be able to see it. It's in loot under player. For
Player
whatever
references?
reasons, it's underneath player references. I might just move it out to its own subheading tomorrow.
I might have to log in with that thing.
I can confirm I definitely can't see it in that list, so.
Yeah, you can't see the Tome of the Black Ones in the list. Yeah,
Nope.
yeah.
And I assume we're just walking and talking?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I've changed the map
Yeah.
back to the party token. Bunch of asses. I mean, a mule.
This is one.
So if Cleg's not interested in hearing what you have to
So
say,
whatever email I sent to you
Yeah.
is the one you should log in. It should automatically log you in.
Yeah, it doesn't. It just puts me as a guest for some reason.
So go to player reference.
Just wait for like
Is that the
Loot. Go down. Spam loot.
Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist.
is this the
Yep.
same
It's good.
No.
I would watch.
Time of
Like
Marcos.
everyone loves
Yeah,
Brotherhood,
so you're gonna need
which
to
is
log
like
in.
a short kind of whatever. I've watched the full thing, like the original one. That's quite nice.
Yeah, so hit
Oh,
log
yeah,
in.
here we go.
Yeah. And
Yeah, it's quite a.
Oh, yeah, the tree farm.
It's a great story.
Yeah.
And then it will email you a code which you can plug in, and then assuming you don't lose the
catch up on or watch.
not token, what is it? Cookie. Assuming you don't lose the cookie every time you log in, it should just automatically go in and just go to the Shire. Players references. There it is.
Got it. Okay.
Can I just see what you can see? So go to the bottom of the page. Yeah, perfect. Okay. You might not want to show that bottom bit.
Yep.
I can't hide that from, obviously, if you show Rogan, if he's looking and reading, he'll only.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
not reading because Grom can't read, so I'm assuming what you're just going to tell me. You'll see.
Okay, so just in passing conversation, I'll mention that look, of what I saw briefly of the book was a bunch of.
I'm going outside because I'm not listening to this.
Okay.
So I assume we're just going to walk at the back, I guess.
Yeah, just walking and having a chat, and it's like someone had made some notes. Like I couldn't read the rest of the book, but someone had made some notes in there, and it was pretty interesting stuff. And it really made me think about like what's out there, like what's bigger than Stride. Like yeah, we're in Barovia, and yeah, we're kind of stuck here until we can get rid of him, but like there's more out there. And I think whether it was Baby Lasagna or someone else, like she was trying, or that person was trying to investigate more outside of just Barovia. You know, I'm just thinking like it'd be an interesting thing to study.
I don't know.
So you're saying that whoever's been writing these notes in there aren't a fan of Strahd either?
Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like there's more to it than just Strahd. You know, maybe a way to defeat Strahd. Maybe a way to bypass Strahd altogether. I don't know.
We I might have a,
So this
I
is
see what you're saying. Let's just say that I agree with you in a way.
Sorry, just for that one there. What was that I missed?
I was just having a word with Ron as we're walking along.
Yeah, so
behind the
you've
skull.
literally just sort of caught up and overheard what you've heard.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
let's continue in role play.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was just chatting to Gron, and I mean, yeah, look, I know you have your reservations about this book that I found, but even though I can't read the book itself, whoever it was that made like the annotations in the book, sounds like they were onto something pretty cool. That's, you know, like they were clearly an enemy of Strahd, or if not an enemy of Strahd, at least it was bigger than him. You know, something greater, maybe something more powerful, maybe something for all of us. No. It just makes me wonder why we're wasting our time running around like glorified errand boys when there's more out there.
What do you mean more out there?
Well, I mean, you're a monk. You're from the monastic order. I mean, you would know a lot about religion or theology, different types of gods, maybe.
I know that certain books contain things that can twist a man's mind.
Or like the Bible.
Different perspectives have different opinions.
Well, this is
What
true.
I know is that there are such things as cursed tomes, blessed tomes, of all matter. From different perspectives, this is twisted or shown the righteous path.
So how does one determine which is the righteous path? It's words on a page. Is it perspective? Is it?
What is this to you? What is this more out there that you speak of?
I just think there's more to life in general than living here, running around errands, worrying about some despot who wants to get married to some broad we've got nothing to do with. We just want to get out of here. Why are we wasting our time with all this shit? Like, do we truly have to defeat this clan before we can leave? Is there some other way? Sure, we haven't found it yet, but why are we running around?
We have... Yes, these are valid points. Although from our journeys we have we not spoken with the Vistani? This is the only way to leave Barovia is with Strahd's blessing.
According to the Vistani. Which, by your own admission, is one perspective amongst many. You know, the Vistani, they might be right, they might be good. According to Esmeralda, they're probably fantastic. But, like, what of any of the other factions that we've met? What about other factions that haven't even shown themselves yet? Like, what's right in all of this? I mean, yes, we're okay. According to Cosron, let's run this skull back up and light some torch and hooray, let's have a party. In aid of what, though? Pissing Strahd off?
I understand your sudden open-mindedness. What I would say is, yes, perhaps we should ask the keepers of the feather if there are other ways to escape Barovia. Perhaps, yes, you are correct. However, I must, and Gron, perhaps you have also noticed this, a sudden change in Erin's thoughts. Not moments ago was I saying we should not have Baba Saga walking around as a zombie, as it might anger Strahd, and yet now you say, who cares? What is this? You know, why are we bothering to run around? This seems like a very sudden change in heart. I would caution any action or thought process that is such a sudden change after such a paying mind, such a, as Mirella said, evil turn.
Maybe this is a time for us to not be as cautious as we've been. Maybe something needs to change here. Something Stride's been ruling for too long.
But you're a learned man. Like if what I'm saying truly is wrong, then I'm asking you for guidance. You know, why would we shun another perspective?
Can I just quickly interrupt, Rogan?
Yeah.
Have you got Discord?
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah, like
Yeah, keep going.
why would we shun another perspective? Because one person in our party says it's not the right thing to do. Esmeralda could say no, Cosron could say yes.
I agree. I agree. I'm not saying I disagree with you. What I am saying is that I would hesitate. I would be caution. This is a new, and as far as you terming child's book with pictures, you do not understand fully what you are dealing with. You can agree with this, can you not?
The one thing we all need to agree on.
We do not fully understand
Just
this.
check that.
One thing we all need to agree on. Strahd needs to die.
But
He needs to
this
die.
is what Aaron is saying, is that why are we bothering with Strahd? He is saying that he does not need to die. And this is the sudden change in heart that brings me concern. I agree that yes, balance makes perfect out. This balance is the most important thing. We should keep an open mind. We should not judge. And
Wouldn't
yet,
you say that
you
this-
cannot ignore flags such as this.
Would you not say that Barovia is very unbalanced at the moment?
It is.
So I agree with your points that maybe there's something of use in the book, but I still think Strahd needs to die. We can't leave
And
him
at
in
the
that
same
kingdom.
token, you do not understand this. Perhaps what we need to do is bring this to someone who might. Perhaps Esmeralda's master.
Well, you're a learned man, and Esmeralda clearly wants nothing to do with me
I
right
have
now.
read many scrolls. I am not a man of magic.
You're a man of wisdom, though, are you not? You're constantly cautioning me if something is wise or not.
I do not
would-
think it is
would you-
wise for me to read this book. I have known terms to turn man mad. This is not something I wish to partake in.
Would you not even consider sharing it with me? Guide me through it. You use your wisdom to help me through this curiosity that has suddenly bloomed within my mind. It's like a light that's gone on. It's all of a sudden, yes, we have this thing, this Strahd that is there, that is shadowed over our lives for the last couple of weeks since we found ourselves in this land of his. Like, if someone turned around to you and said, Cub, I've got a way out of Barovia and you don't even have to deal with Strahd, wouldn't you at least consider it?
It would be considered, like all things.
Well, then all I'm asking is you to help me make an informed consideration. If you don't want to read the book, okay, but share my knowledge with me.
Point of clarification.
Yeah.
Is this happening a little bit like, not kind of like Esmeralda would presumably be able to hear what's
Yeah,
going?
yeah. Like at this
Esmeralda's
point,
gonna-
I'm going to say that
Esmeralda's
the
gonna
private
cast-
conversation has
tell Brian?
expanded. Yeah, go
Yeah.
grab Brian. Yeah,
Esmeralda is going to cast
and he can come in just as he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
detect thoughts on Aaron and wants to firstly
So you just stumbled in as we're talking now.
So, like this wider conversation that's happening, but
Okay.
Esmeralda, whilst this is going on, is going to cast Detect Thoughts on Aaron. So, first is Sensing Thoughts. So,
Do I get a saving throw against that?
I'll explain. Until the spin ends up to 1 minute. So, you sense the presence of thoughts within 30 feet of yourself, creatures belonging to language telepathic. You don't read the thoughts, but you know that thinking of the creature as present. So like surface level thoughts I understand.
Okay.
Like I get a vibe of.
Okay.
So what are the surface level thoughts that Erin is kind of putting out at the moment?
Okay, so right now I have knowledge that I want to share.
Okay. She's going to probe deeper, which means that you get a wisdom saving throw,
Okay.
DC 16.
DC 16. Okay.
Like, this is our show. Most games, I just drink my whiskey. It's like, what's going to happen next?
All right. So I rolled a 9.
So you fail that. So
Okay.
you
So what does that
learn
mean?
what is most on the target's mind right now if the target doesn't know any language or anything. On failed save, discern the target's reasoning, emotions, and something that looms large in its mind, such as a worry, love, or hate. On a successful save, it ends. Either way, the target knows that you're probing its mind until you shift your attention away from the target's mind.
So do I know that she's probing my mind? at the
Yes,
moment?
but I think she also knows your deeper thoughts of what's going on.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you know it's occurred after the fact, but you will share. Well, she will.
Does the fact that I'm a soul knife rogue who deals a lot in psychic abilities affect that at all?
I can't comment because that's your character sheet and all your special bits. So
Okay,
from my
okay.
perspective, no. From a DM's and the story, sort of guiding the story perspective, no. So if you have something in your character features, traits, or something
Yep.
that can counter that,
Yeah.
you're welcome
if
to use it.
helps, what she's kind of looking for is if there's anything like internally, like maybe like something's either like kind of controlling, and then like Erin's in there like, help me, shit, this is what's going on, you know? Kind of
Okay.
like-
Yeah, okay. Wind that back. Go back to what it said.
Going
Yeah.
back to what it said, but like
Yeah,
that's,
which is
that's her.
just read that second thoughts.
Okay, so on a failed save, you discern the target's reasoning, emotions, and something
Yep.
that looms large in its mind, such as a worry, love, or hate.
Yeah. Okay. Leave that. That's
Um,
where that stops. Nick's psychological warfare beyond that. Not allowed.
Is there any visual, like, do we, from the outside, can we see if Esmeralda's cast a spell in...
Verbal semantic material.
Yeah.
she's-
So,
So,
roll
yes, you would
perception
see-
check. DC 12 to see if you note that she's
Noting
casting
that
a
she
spell.
can, with Warcast, that she doesn't have to necessarily do
Um,
the full semantic.
9?
Yeah. No, you have no idea. Yeah.
But I've just seen her say some words. If I...
No.
Oh, I'm not even
No.
knowing. Okay.
Yeah. You're deep in the conversation with Erin, and you don't notice Esmeralda's cast a spell.
Okay, so can you run me through that spell again?
Sorry, give me a second.
So you said a feeling, a worry?
So, okay, on a failed save, you discern the target's reasoning, emotions, and something that looms large in its mind, such as a worry, love, or hate. So,
Okay,
I already
so-
know the surface level, but
Right.
then it's like beyond that.
So to Esmeralda,
Do
Erin
we need to go
seems-
outside, or I don't know?
Oh.
We'll dump part. We'll send these two out.
Well, what do you think? Is this something to be shared?
Are you going to share?
I think Esmeralda's not saying anything at the moment. She's just kind of
Yeah.
like,
Okay. So, can you two jump out? Yeah. Sorry, Brian. Just go look for huntsmen. That's your new job.
See you, Jesse. Definitely, I don't know how that
All right.
works. but yeah.
So to Esmeralda, trying to read Erin, she notices that he's very anxious, but almost in an excited way through the burgeoning of new knowledge that he almost seems feverishly desperate to share with someone. Is that okay?
That's perfect.
Yeah. So, it's like it's like when you read a quote in a book, and it's like you're just waiting for that time where you can throw that Z in there, and everyone's going to go, "Oh man, that's fucking brilliant."
You can really enter that new
Yeah.
influencer.
Yeah. So Aaron's sort of he's got this nervous excitement around him. He's like, "Oh, I've discovered something great, and I just want to share it." It's someone. Like, he has no idea whether it's good, bad, neutral, fantastic, or otherwise. For him, it's knowledge, and he just wants to share it. But with his interaction with Esmeralda before, he doesn't want to share it with her. But he's excited about potentially sharing it with someone, anyone. And he almost feels driven to create that environment where someone goes, well, share it with me. That's what she's picking up.
Okay, cool. Let's grab the other guys in.
Okay.
Yep, fantastic. That was very well done, Dave.
Thank you. Sorry, I shouldn't have told you.
No, this is cool. This is the greatest D&D session ever from a DM's point of view.
Yeah, I overstepped. I shouldn't have done what she's searching for.
Good job. That's my job.
It's kind of good too, because it gives me sort of something to work towards with the info that I'm giving.
Okay, so she's done that. Cub's kind of continuing with the going back and forth with her. I will help you if you need help, but I do not want a part of this kind of thing. And then I think as Esmeralda kind of was learning that, she kind of goes, "You fool! You do not know what you're dealing with. Do not bring them into this. Throw this book away."
But why? It's a fresh perspective. Why throw away
It is
something?
controlling you.
How is it?
You do not know your own senses. You have changed.
Did you know me before? You've barely spoken 2 words to me, Esmeralda.
And Cub goes, "This is true, Aaron. You have changed."
You see me as a child in a sailor suit, nothing more.
There is the lollipop.
How do we know this change is bad? You say it's changed.
I mean, look
He
at
seems
Braun.
pretty pleasant.
Look at Grond, you said nothing when he got bitten on the tit, and now he's sprouting all sorts of weird and wonderful abilities.
Who
You
am I
said
to
nothing.
stand against all of you. You seem all okay with this. This is a terrible affliction he should have cured, or we should kill him.
Grog just laughs.
You let it get too far, and yet you will see.
Well, how far is too far?
When
So
he
someone
is-
has a fresh opinion, you get your nose out of joint.
When he is ripping into the throat of your friend, that is too far.
Who, Grond?
Yes.
He's a puppy dog, he's fine. I'll scratch him over the ear.
The legs outside.
I think you're just upset that we accidentally repped your master's tower, and now you finally got the gusto to step up and say something about it.
Cub's gonna interject. Aaron, would you mind putting your backpack down for a moment?
Why should I put my backpack down? It's my backpack. Do I ask you to put your backpack down?
Tensions elevated. Why should we not take a moment?
For what? We don't have time to stand around here. Apparently, we have to get this skull back to Argon Vosthold because somebody wants to light a torch to piss off someone who doesn't even matter.
We need to light their torch.
Hang on.
Can you not see?
No, never mind. Okay.
Can you not see what this is doing? You are arguing with everyone.
What I can see is that I've kept my damn mouth shut for too damn long and let you guys just drag me around because, you know, big strong monk and mighty warrior and fantastic magic user. Well, meanwhile, little old me's just been, you know, come along, Aaron, let's go. Let's go this way, Aaron. Yeah, and all of a sudden, I come up with an opinion and
Do
everyone
not
wants to
put
shut
this
me
on
down.
me. I maintain the balance. I sit here and make sure that everyone works together.
You maintain the balance. That's a little arrogant, don't you think?
Would you like to see me not?
And
Do
what?
not push me. I am saying that this has caused a sudden change. And I am saying that you have sought my wisdom. I am saying this has caused a sudden change, and perhaps you should take a moment to reflect. And yet you do not want to listen. You carry this cursed tome. Esmeralda says this is cursed. Whether or not you believe her, this is a sudden change. Surely you see this coming.
I do.
Do you not see this sudden
I
change?
see the sudden change, but what makes
Kozron?
it a bad change?
A sudden
Yes.
change after picking up a perhaps cursed tome?
You mean that he picked up the cursed tome that was sitting in a box with teeth? Yes, he's changed completely.
Cosron reduces it to the simplistic metaphor. Yeah.
I mean, we were literally in a house that was controlled by a barbarous Thurger who's in league with Strahd, holding the gem of Strahd and wielding unworldly magics. So the book is clearly cursed.
All I'm suggesting is let's approach this from a position of curiosity. I just want to share this with you guys. It's knowledge. It's a sharing of fresh perspective. Have none of you ever changed the way that you behave when you found something new? He started talking to a spear. And none of you guys thought that was weird. Oh, it's just Ron. Aaron starts coming up with ideas. Oh my god, he's cursed.
It makes such a good point, though.
Like this guy's all of a sudden licking himself in the crotch and scratching behind his ear with a foot, and that's fine. Oh, Aaron's got something to say. Oh no, he's cursed. Oh, he found a book. Oh no.
All the ideas you want at the moment, Aaron, just seem to be counterintuitive of anything against Strahd.
And counterintuitive against our entire goal of leaving this place.
Okay, but imagine that there was a way of leaving that didn't involve Strahd at all. Why waste our time with him?
What do you suggest?
And
I
what is
don't
that?
know. I can't read the book. All
Whoa.
I can read is the annotations that give me the idea that there's something more than Strahd.
Well, I agree with that statement you just said, but as we're looking right now, you don't know what other options we have right now. The only option we have right now is to take this skull back, lightly speaking. We can come back to this.
But that's not the only option we have.
What's the other one?
Go through the book with me, learn with me. Let's find out what other options there are. If I'm wrong, take the book. But if I'm not wrong, explore it with me and let us learn together. And if it turns out that it was all a big crock of BS, at the moment I don't give a fuck. All I want to do is share this potential knowledge with people who are most likely wiser than I am. But all of a sudden Aaron's got an idea. Oh, shut up, mate. Be the kid in the sailor suit. Not fair. I go along with every half-brained scheme that you twits come up with, and all of a sudden I have an idea. Oh, you're cursed, Aaron. Ah, fucking shut up, Aaron. Show us your bag, Aaron. How fair is that?
I do not think I have forced any
Okay,
decision
so
upon anyone.
I'll put the book on the ground so we can see it.
I will open up my backpack and I will take out the blanket that I've wrapped the book in.
As he's holding that, Cover's going to try and knock it out of his hand.
I want a sleight of hand check against him.
Okay. This is great.
Can I sleight of hand?
Hmm.
Can I use my psychic ability as well?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
What is Clank doing with all this happening? Is he just nodding along?
Absolutely ignoring all of that.
That's only 14 for me.
6.
Yeah, it's very much
23.
Marvin
Yeah,
from.
14.
Now,
Yeah.
beginning to appreciate,
I have plus
beginning
15
to appreciate
sleight of hand.
Cosron's nakedness at this particular point.
No,
It's
hang
like-
on. Plus 15 to sleight of hand for what's that? It's gloves of thievery though.
Gloves of Thievery is plus 5.
For checks 2.
Sleight of hand. Let me check. Where's my inventory? Gloves of Thievery.
I mean, 14 versus 23.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. These gloves are invisible while worn. While wearing them, you get a plus 5 bonus to dexterity for checks made to pick locks. Okay, so that was 23 with that.
Yeah,
Take
so
off
it's
the
still
plus
18.
5,
Yeah.
that's 18.
Yep. Okay. So it's still fail. Yeah. Okay.
So sorry, what was the outcome?
Cub tries to knock it out, but like Aaron moves out of the way.
Okay, so what do you do with the book?
I'm holding on to it.
Are you opening it?
No, it's still wrapped in
Right,
a blanket
okay.
because I had it in my backpack just wrapped in a
No,
blanket.
cool, cool.
What the fuck, Cub? Like, dude, apparently you're the balance And you want to try and take this from me? Be the balance, bro. And I'm going to do my best Esmeralda impression. Why are you doing this? I asked for your advice and guidance, and instead you try and take this from me. All I want to do is share knowledge. And you're making out like all of a sudden, I'm evil, I'm cursed. What if someone else was to come along with knowledge? What would you do? Knock them flat?
So you're going to share this knowledge? You're going to wave the book around?
I'm going to move away from Nick. Away from Cub, sorry.
Not Cub.
That's all right.
What happened to your D&D group, Duncan? Well, they role-played a little.
Okay. The character, not
really
the player.
got into
I'm going to
character.
move away from Cub,
Yes.
and I'm going to find a relatively dry space that I can put the book down.
Okay. Who's going to look at the book?
You put the book down?
Has he put the book on the ground yet?
Yes.
Okay, Eldritch Blast on the book.
You can't cast it on an object. But Esmeralda casts Wall of Fire on where between, or on the book or between Aaron.
What's the range on Wall of Fire?
120 feet.
No, but I mean, like, is it wide? Is she trying to set fire to me? Because I've only just put the thing down and I'm standing next to it.
You put the thing down, so up to 60 feet long, 20 feet high, and 1 foot thick. Okay?
Right.
Or a ringed wall, or a 20 foot in diameter. She's pulling a wall.
But the fire is a foot thick, so
Yeah.
it's probably enough to...
So that's like...
It'd be like a big
meter.
shoot of fire
Yeah.
right in front of you. Probably.
A creature in its area makes a dexterity saving throw. What's his name?
Would imagine would be.
DC 16.
Fail that.
So hang on, is she intending to hit
Live on the
me?
bush.
No. She's
No,
not
so
intending.
then she's just put up a wall and fire.
One
in front
side
him.
of the wall you have selected when the spell cast will cause damage to the creature taking damage when enters the wall for the first time. So she's not intending, trying to put the damage side on the side facing the book, so not intending to damage him, but if he tries to get close to the book, to go through the wall of fire.
So hang on, so he's still in contact with the book when he puts it down. So
As he
I
does,
had
he's
understood
still-
she put it in
Can I
front of the
just
book to stop the
together
rest of
one
you
set?
getting there.
I
Well, you see
understood.
Eldritch Blast not hit. It's in the
You can't
description
target an
for it,
object
the
with
creature
Eldritch
or an
Blast.
object.
What's this creature or
Creature or object? I thought we established we couldn't attack the
the
door.
Yeah.
No, we
And it says
had a conversation about
object.
setting
It
it on
actually says
fire.
object in the description too.
Right. Okay. Well, sorry. Hang on. Okay. Well, how do we? Well.
So I suppose we'll go back.
Yeah.
Blast,
Okay.
or-
Yeah. He said it first, so let's go back to him first. But sorry, my
Yeah.
understanding
Okay.
is he
So
broke down and let it go.
what was your roll? Your attack roll?
Go, Jesse. Your attack roll.
Oh, I haven't done it because he's jumped forward.
No. Yeah. Sorry. That was my misunderstanding. Go for it.
Yeah. So do an attack roll.
Okay. Attack roll is
Nat
9
one.
to hit
It's a
for the
nat,
first shot.
it's a nat one.
And that
Was it
one.
really?
Yeah, it was a
And
nat
28
one.
for the second.
All right. Jesse, roll an 8-sided dice.
Eight.
It's an 8 creature.
Oh, 8.
8, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Dissipates. No effect. All right.
The second one was
The second one was a 28.
Oh, so you
Yeah,
did 2.
second-
So the second one is
He
a
gets
28.
2 blasts at his level now.
Yeah, so your Eldritch Blast, which is force damage, aimed at the Tome of Dark Oaths. Yeah. Hits.
Damage.
14 damage.
It hits.
It hits.
Yeah, is that it?
The book.
Are you doing the knockback?
Yes, knockback, sorry.
10 feet, isn't it?
It hits.
Yeah.
That's all he's saying so far. There's a reason for it.
Esmeralda is casting her Wall of Fire.
Wall of Fire to. She's attempting to separate Aaron and the book with the Wall of Fire. As obviously this is theatre of the mind. My understanding, originally when I'd done that was you'd put the book down, like you'd set it down. To me, that meant like you'd put it down, you're not holding it anymore, type of thing. So I imagine this is happening kind of simultaneously.
Okay, so
So my
the
view would
scenario.
be that with his infatuation and concern for the book, he would have.
He
He
would
wants to share it with
Yeah.
you, so he's like opening it up, so he's fully connected with the book. Even if you came over, he'd be holding it open for you.
Okay. Well, in that case, I guess Aaron is probably caught in the Wall of Fire.
Yeah. So let's go with that.
So that is a Dexterity 16 saving throw.
16.
You pass. So
hang
you
on,
say-
hang on. I haven't rolled yet.
Sorry.
Yeah, I actually rolled a 16.
And you've got evasion, so you don't
do.
take damage.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent.
Correct.
Okay. Cool. And one side of the wall selected by you when you cast the spell deals 5d8 fire damage to each creature that ends its turn within 10 feet of that side. I'd said before that I'm making it face the book. I don't want it to I'm not trying to hurt you.
So
I'm
it's
trying to
facing back
separate-
towards the book.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Trying
10
to
foot
separate.
from Aaron's arms
Wait.
and the book.
Yeah.
So you don't want to hurt me, but you'll cast a wall of fire on my head.
A creature that takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time or ends its turn. The other side of the wall deals no damage. So the side that you're on should deal no damage, but if you're in the wall, there's 1 foot wide, you will take damage there. So she casts that. She goes, "You're quick."
I want to grapple Esmeralda once I've seen her do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Because all I've seen, we've told him to put the book down, and I've seen the Eldritch Blast hit the book, but then I've just seen you basically try and set him on fire, so I'm just going to try and grapple you. Grapple Esmeralda.
I would say that probably just succeeds because I feel like she's focused on the spell, and then she's just going to be like,
Yeah. Okay. I'll rule with that. So yeah, no contest. So you grappled her.
and then she's just like, needs to get away from the book.
What are you doing down there?
Are you happy to see me?
And so Clank's just continuing to watch.
Should have been used, yeah. Yeah.
He's so quick to attack our party,
I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm trying to get him away from the book.
setting him on fire.
Alright,
Is he on fire?
I need a decision dice here.
So I can tell you all that within the wall of flame, the book is completely immune. And it lays open. And I'm going to assume you did take damage. No, you didn't take damage.
I didn't take damage
Yeah.
because of its evasion.
What number did you just roll?
That number that I rolled just
Yeah.
then, that was my own internal
No,
decision.
what number was it? I don't-
10.
Okay. And with a 10, you have removed your hands from the book.
Okay.
Yeah, reflexively. Yep, so the book is now lying open on the ground, not touched by Aaron, but proximate by him. The wall of flame is there.
Does it require concentration?
Sorry?
Does the wall of flame require concentration?
Good question.
Yeah.
I feel like it should, but
I suspect it would, but
Being grappled, doesn't it require
No, taking
not
damage.
under the new rules. It is
Okay.
concentration.
Okay.
concentration? Okay, cool.
Not under the old rules. Sorry. But
So-
yes, it is concentration.
Right, and the grapple won't upset that. Okay.
I don't think so.
Right. So Sorry, you were saying the book's open on the ground
The
now.
book's open on the ground, and the wall of flame is sort of on the ground, and then it sort of is maybe 2 inches above the book.
Do you not see this is cursed? It is not catching fire, cannot be destroyed by the sun's sword.
I don't know too much about curses, but I do know when someone tries to set someone on fire.
Is he hurt?
No thanks to you. You fucking tried to set me on fire, you bitch.
I tried to get you away from the book.
You did not.
I did too.
What happened to move away from the book, Aaron? No. Cast flame all on my fucking head. I'm attacking her. I'm attacking Esmeralda. She's grappled. I got advantage.
Cub's gonna
Sneak attack. Right.
Exactly.
Okay, go.
Hang on. I need dice. $12 to hit.
Does not hit.
Even with grapple?
Don't you get advantage?
Oh wait, I'm advantage.
Yeah.
21 to hit.
Give me a second. Sorry. I mean, that'll hit. Yep.
8, 12, 17, 18 psychic damage.
18 psychic damage. Cool.
Leaves no wounds. Except a wound in my heart because you tried to set me on fire.
Oops. Sorry. Doubled it. Yep. Cool. All right. Solid. Cool. I mean, she's still grappled. Cub's gonna be like, "What are you doing?"
She tried to set me on fire, Cub.
Are you hurt?
No thanks to her.
What are we doing here? We're
She
fighting
attacked me.
We are fighting amongst ourselves.
She attacked me.
This is what Strahd wants. Do you not see this very clearly, plain as day?
Does Strahd really give a shit as to whether or not we fight amongst ourselves?
Yes, he does. This is
How
his
do you
whole
know?
intention. This is his whole intention since we have gotten here.
How do you know?
He's appeared to every single one of us in our dreams and tried to convince us that one of the other people in the party is him.
Tried to pit us against each other.
So we clearly got to Esmeralda first.
Can I just say, when you first read it, you know, you think, oh, yeah. But like now I'm living it. I get why Stride's into it. It's like entertainment 101. It's like fuck yeah. Dial that channel up. Let's put that on a binge. Yeah, keep going.
Why is it in every conflict we have in the group, you, Esmeralda, seem to be in the middle of it? Are you? I'm starting to think you're being placed here to cause disarray amongst us. You've done nothing here except cause us to get into these heated arguments and fights. You've attacked me on multiple occasions. You've just blatantly tried to light him on fire.
I have not tried to attack any. Oh, sorry, hang on. I need to also do a concentration.
As I look at the cuts, scars and shit I've probably got on me from you attacking me.
She hasn't done. She's like thrown a firebolt at you once.
Oh, we've had multiple clashes.
What's concentration? Is 10 plus half the damage, isn't it?
Hang on, what do you mean? No,
concentration check.
Isn't it just her DC? Magic DC?
No, it's I think it's like half the damage.
No, I don't think so. I'll check it up. You guys keep going.
Yeah, sorry.
It seems to me that the only success that Strahd has had in this party, if he's trying to pit us against each other, is set Esmeralda against every single one of us.
It's true. She's been the discourse for all our arguments. What is she
The
giving
DC
to us?
equals 10, or half the damage you take. Which number is higher?
Yeah, 19, and she gets advantage on.
Yeah, you're correct. So
She got it.
I should have known, of course. The rules lawyer. Start fighting with the DM now. So I feel involved. Yeah.
Yeah, she got an 8, so she fails, so the wall of fire drops. For that one there. Yeah. Sorry, what did you just say before?
What I said was, if Strahd's goal is to pit the party against one another, the only success he's had is pitting Esmeralda against all of us.
And now she's trying to turn you against us.
Yeah, she takes the Sun Sword. She attacks me. Attacks him. Tries to set me on fire, for fuck's sake. Erin's very angry. By the way.
Were you not speaking of opening your mind or have extra opportunities? What else is out there?
What's wrong with that?
Did you not have the prophecy from Madame Eva to say that someone would help us in the fight against Strahd? And yet we were all convinced by Cosron that this was Esmeralda. We all went along with this, did we not?
No.
And
Yeah,
what's
we
to say?
We were all very.
And what's to say that you will be helped in your fight against Strahd is information in a book that someone wrote. That is someone writing that stuff. Anyone could write that. Strahd could have written it, sure. Could have been written by a Celestial. I don't know. You don't know. But the first opportunity you get, you try to take the book off me, and Bitch Tits over there tries to set me on fire. I'm like 3.5 foot tall, glaring daggers at Esmeralda right now.
I do not know much of magic, curses, and words and books. But what I do know is conflict and combat and fighting and wars. I've been in lots. And what I've seen here is someone who's just trying to voice a grin and you've attacked them.
You're talking to Esmeralda?
I'm talking to Esmeralda. Was he about to attack you just then? Is that your answer to all everyone's problems? I thought I had a problem.
I have not tried to attack him. I tried to separate him.
You tried to set me on fire.
If I had tried to set you on fire, you would know about it.
Oh, I know about it. And it's only thanks to my good graces that I got out of there without burning my fingers. You're lucky you walk away with nothing worse than a headache.
Cub's gonna.
All for having a fresh opinion.
This is going on long enough. We are clearly not making any headground with this, though I suspect we will need to deal with this at some stage. We should, is the rest of the party agree, return the skull to Ivanhoe's vault.
Cool. And I'll be.
Shall we continue?
Sure. Duncan, out of character, now that I'm no longer touching the book, do I still feel all of that stuff you mentioned before? I do? Alright.
Erin, I do not wish to partake in this book. I shall help you if you need help. I shall be here for guidance, but I will not read this book. This is the offer I have. Now, will you help us take this skull to Argon's vault, or will you stay here?
Cub, honestly, what help am I? I'm not carrying it. I'm not lifting it. I'm not clearing scrub. I'm following like I always do.
You are helping to push, as we all.
What fuck I'm helping to push?
The three of us are pushing, and Clank and Cosron are putting ice underneath this.
No. The ravens are
Oh, sorry.
attached,
Yeah.
and they're still. I'm just assuming this conversation's
Okay.
occurring
Yeah,
while
as
you're moving.
we move
yeah,
along.
Sorry, hang on.
Yeah.
I was back in
So
the...
yeah, so
That's
you're
fine.
about to move one more hex north.
Yeah.
Because this has been going for an hour, almost
Yeah.
real time.
We are taking this to Argon's vault. Are we not all following these ravens?
Apart from the fact that I don't want to be left in the middle of Barovia on my own, I guess I'll follow along for now.
Right, I've just moved that one more hex along the river. Thank you.
So I'm going to go over to the book, grab the blanket, wrap it up, put it back in my backpack.
Okay. Did anyone look at the book
No.
or try and read it?
Nope.
Can't read.
Okay.
And as I do so, I walk past Esmeralda and I look up at her because I'm this tall. And I
Ron's
go,
still got her as well, like.
Yeah. Well, but you better fucking sleep with one eye open from now on.
I just say 2. I'll drop her.
And as I walk away, storming, seethingly 3.5 foot high in a sailor suit, I'm just muttering to myself. Very, very clearly angry with Esmeralda.
Are you doing that thing that kids do where they hold their breath and tease?
They just, no, not quite that bad. Not quite that bad. I continue on.
Okay. Cosron, any actions you want to take, or
I love how we all just turned on Esmeralda there when Cosron was the first one to shoot the book.
Because Ron didn't attack me.
Everyone
Yeah.
does this shit all the time. So
Yeah, we're used to Cosron.
Cosron very nearly.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
Yeah.
But for a dice roll,
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, that's fine. So, were we ruling that you can attack objects with Eldritch Blast?
what's
in the
the?
description of it now.
A beam of crackling energy strikes toward a creature within range. That's it.
I thought he read out creature or
Beyond, if
object.
you bring up the actual thing, it says creature or object.
Are you looking at the legacy rules or at the 2024 rules?
Whatever's on my character sheet. So it's probably the 2024, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
shouldn't be. All my spells are still not legacy.
Yeah, I thought we were still running the old rules.
They are.
Okay, cool.
No.
So then, we did. I wasn't sure if it was anyway because I've destroyed doors with it before in this.
Yeah, I thought we.
Yeah, I thought that was an exception that Duncan made. That
I
you
thought
could
we-
tuck
Yeah,
the
yeah,
doors
no, you
and set
said-
it on fire.
You can destroy the doors, but in the early days,
Yeah, 2024 includes creature
yeah,
or
make a ranged spell attack against one creature or object in range.
for
On
2024.
That's the 2024 rules.
2014 is.
Legacy rules just says creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just check that.
Which makes sense. Like I agree. 2024.
Yeah.
I suppose we just make a door.
I'm happy to do whichever.
Yeah.
Much less. It just,
Well, I did say it was
I'm the impression that it's
ineffective.
the force there.
In this particular case, it was ineffective against a target. Yeah, we haven't officially moved to full 2024 yet, so until we do, I know we're using one or two or a couple of rules from 2024 that we all discussed late last year, but they're DM or gameplay rules.
I have an opinion on this. Can we please stick to the legacy rules until we finish the campaign?
Yes.
Because
Yeah,
I
I think that's
cannot
a good
get
idea.
Clank to come out anything like he is at the moment in the 2024 rules.
Yeah,
He will
so
be mechanically utterly different.
So other than the odd DM rule like exhaustion, which is one that I do like, it's a better rule. So therefore I will adopt that. But from a player character point of view, stick with legacy.
So going forward with Eldritch Blast, how many creatures?
Yes. Yeah. Doesn't make sense, but yes, because I did do doors and I let him set it on fire and that sort of thing. But if we're going to have we're learning as we go, year and a half later. So yeah, let's just stick with 2024 for spells and like the whole silence thing too.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, we fucked it up. So
yeah. So let's just stick with legacy at the moment.
Yep.
And then if we all mutually decide that we think a non-legacy piece makes more sense, we'll add it into the house rules,
Yeah.
and that will be the case. And that way, we might slowly morph into 2024, but certainly for this campaign, we'll stick with the majority of legacy, except for those exceptions that we already have, exhaustion, and there's one or two others, I think. Yeah. Cool.
So we're continuing.
All right. Well, we might, because it's 5 to 10, so we might stop there. So you guys have moved 2 hexes from Berez. The time at this particular point in the game, and I've been tracking it, is 4:31 actually, on day 10. So the sun is beginning to sink into the west. The zombie is Kozron. I assume you haven't dismissed it, so the zombie is continuing to plod along behind the party. The Revenant is there parallel to the skull. The were ravens continue to flutter, yeah, this is 2 hours out of Barrett's basically. You've had this entire conversation. Cool.
So no hard feelings, right?
No. It's the game, right? It's not the person.
So is that what were you rolling decision dice and the things you go, okay, that's
Yeah, so Duncan gave me a bit of a guidance as to how I should handle the situation, and then I just kind of ran with it.
nice. I like that, that's good.
And it's like, well, if someone was to cast a spell at you, even if it wasn't targeting you, and you had to like evade, then how would you respond to that, right? So yeah, I'm like, do I want to retaliate or not? Yes, I do.
Jeez, I don't know. Is Israel and Gron gonna fight or fuck? I don't know. Either one's gonna happen. So.
Can I say that was, from a DM point of view, you hope you can over time and with subtle things orchestrate various things.
Yeah.
And what a great bunch of players I have to be able to adopt those things and bring it to the table in such passion. So I thank you all for that.
It's good.
I'm going to go tell Stumpy to watch this session. This is a fellow Curse of Strahd DM. He's going to
real housewife.
He's going to give me a high five. It's like
I think his campaign's done now. I think he's got
yeah.
finished it.
His campaign's done. I know how it ended. But yeah, that was absolutely.
R.I.P. the party.
That was. But tonight, I like seriously, that was peak.
Who knew that all you needed to do to get discourse between the parties was put a woman in the party?
And have Nick play.
Nah, dude, you did so well playing it, alright.
I feel like you're just getting out all your built up of playing cub. It's
Like, can I just say, like in the online game, he's like completely different. I'm going like, who the fuck is this guy? It's like completely different. Yeah.
I was telling Rogan the other day, I was like, I feel like Duncan's probably got like whiplash from like the different, like Cub's like all reserves, and then like here I am playing like this bard, and he's like trying to be all serious, and